אני אגיד, אל תדאגו, אני אגיד, ואני מקציבה זמנים, אתם לא תעברו את 40 דקות all in עם השאלות, ויהיה בסדר. בסדר?
אודליה, עד כמה זה דיון, או שזה יותר הצגה?
אז ההתחלה, כמה דקות הראשונות, 7-10 דקות ראשונות לגמרי הצגה, ואחר כך זה די דיון. מה זה דיון? כאילו שהם שואלים שאלות, ואז אתם עונים, והם שואלים על התשובה שלכם עוד שאלה. וג'רי, שאתם מכירים, גם יהיה שם, והוא אוהב אתכם, והוא ביקר איתי אצלכם, והוא אוהב את ירוחם באופן כללי.
7 דקות.
מה?
9.
לא שמעת. לא, בסדר, אני אומרת, כאילו, אז זה בלי שמפריעים לכם, ובלי ששואלים שום שאלה וזה, אז בואו נגיד עד 10 דקות נותנים לכם לדבר, וגם אני סותמת, אלא אם כן, אני רואה שאני צריכה להוביל אתכם למקומות החשובים. בסדר? אילנה, יהיה נחמד, אני מבטיחה לך, תהני.
יהיה כיף, בטח.
בטח. אחר כך דוד יזמין אותנו ליין.
הבאתי.
יש פה הרמת כוסית אחר כך, אם בא לך להספיק.
איזה טעות שלא באתי לשדר יחד איתכם, איזה טעות. עכשיו אתם עושים לי. יאללה, אז נתראה ב5, בהצלחה. ביי ביי.
יאללה, מתאמנים על זה.
עושה לי... אוקיי, רק שאני מקווה שהיא לא נמצאת פה ותראה אותנו מפתחים. דליה, הרי זה הזום שלהם.
לא נורא.
כן, לא נורא. טוב, לא, היא אמרה שהם לא שם עד 2, אז היא גם עזבה. יאללה, אז קודם כל share screen, אני צריך להתאמן על זה, share screen, טק, טק, יופי.
כאילו שלום לא נוכל להגיד שלום ביחד. כי לא נוכל לפתוח מצלמות ביחד, אז בעצם רק...
מיקרופונים ביחד.
אז רק אתה פותח מיקרופון, מי פותח מיקרופון להגיד שלום?
אני.
מעולה.
אוקיי. את שומעת אותי עכשיו?
כן. לא.
כאילו, אם את טיפה מעלה ווליום, את שומעת אותי? רק תוודאי שאת שומעת אותי. טיפה תעלי ווליום?
כן.
בסדר. אז זה בסדר, שומעים. אז זה קצת קשה, אבל צריך להיות נקודת הנחה ששומעים אותנו מצוין, אוקיי? ואתם במיוט, כשאתם יכולים לדבר, אתם עובדים במיוט.
אתם מתחילים משפטים אחד קודם, לא?
כן. טוב, כזה, hello everybody, welcome. We're very excited and glad to be here. Hi. אני מניח שהם יציגו את עצמם קודם? איך זה יהיה?
אין מושג, בוא נזרום עם זה. אתה תזרום כי אתה...
טוב, אני אזרום עם זה. We've prepared...
רק שהיא מראה איזושהי מצגת, אז אולי להגיד משהו על מצגת. בסדר.
היא תגיד משהו, ואז הם בטח יציגו את עצמם, אני מניח. ואז הם ישאלו אותנו מי אתם, אז אני אגיד להם, טוב, הנה, אנחנו נתחיל את ההצגה, Okay, we will start the presentation and you'll get to know everything about us and everything about our project. So, first of all, one thing, because you're not here and because we're doing it by Zoom, we really wanted to show you a little bit of Yerucham just to get the feel of where you're coming to. So here it is. It'll be just a moment. My name is David, זה כדאי. Let's share. למה זה לא נותן לי?
אולי כאילו אם אתה כבר מציג, אז my name is David, I'm the head of your...
חייב להיות פה, שנייה. ואז, רגע, סטופ שייר. מה את רואה עכשיו? כלום, נכון?
אבל ראיתי את הסרטון, עשית טוב.
כן, עשיתי טוב. אז שוב פעם, אני חוזר לסטופ שייר, לא, שייר סקרין עכשיו. יש לי זה, ויש לי סרטון. סרטון אני רוצה שהוא יהיה בפול סקרין.
החדש, לא הישן.
אני לא יודע, זה מה שלחסתי על המצגת, זה מה שיצא לי.
לא, זה לא.
אז תני לי את הקבץ החדש, איפה הוא?
שנייה.
סולטי, איפה הוא? בדרייב, תני לי אותו עכשיו, right now.
עכשיו יעביר לך, ושתעביר לדוד בבקשה את הסרטון החדש, העדכני.
כן.
ומי זה? דוד? אתה גם רוצה מה?
לא, תודה, בסדר. בסדר, ביחוק הגוף. תעבירו לסרטון.
טוב, בינתיים בואו נתאמן. עזוב את הסרטון. יאללה, נעשה.
אי אפשר להדפיס פה אמרנו?
אפשר עם משה. אתה צריך?
סתם, נראה לי כדאי, כן, שיהיה את זה מול העיניים, כאילו, אפילו בקטנים.
אז אני אטפל בזה, אוקיי.
תדפיסו משהו, את הדף ששלחנו.
אולי אבישי יטפל בזה.
מה, להדפיס?
כן.
אני שנייה שולח לך במייל כי אני עשיתי קצת עדכונים, אז אני שנייה שולח לך במייל, בוואטסאפ או במייל, שקט, במייל, אבישי.
זה לא זה? למה לא זה כן?
לא, זה לא.
אוקיי, שלחתי לך במייל מה שצריך להדפיס, בסדר? סרטון שלחת לי? סרטון דקה וחצי.
בסדר, אבל זה מה שהיא אמרה.
זה מה שהיא, נכון. אבל שמעת גם מודליה אמרה. אני יודע שזה קשה כי רוצים נגיד הכל, רוצים שהכל יעבור, אבל לכן יש מצגת ולשמור על הכל. מה? את לא צריכה לאלתר, את צריכה לדבר בדיוק על מה שיש במצגת, זה בדיוק העניין. אבל את מרחיבה, אני יודע מה אנחנו נדבר. בכוונה אמרתי לך, כשאמרתי 4-5 משפטים, ידעתי מה אני מדבר. 5 משפטים על רק חלק אחד משקופית, זה הרבה, את מבינה?
לא, וזה כל 5 משפטים שיש לי.
את מציגה את כל הבורד ומדברת על היעדים, זה הרבה.
לילה, שלחת את זה לאודליה, נכון? במייל?
כן, שלחתי את זה לאודליה, או במייל או בוואטסאפ.
יאללה, צ'ופ צ'ופ. אני רוצה להיות מוכן עם זה.
אנחנו באמת חייבים להתאמן כבר ממש עכשיו. עזוב את המצגת, אפשר לעזוב את המצגת? בואו נתחיל.
טוב, בסדר, יאללה, מתחילים.
אוקיי, בואו נתאמן.
רגע, אני רק אשתף את המצגת בזום. זום, share. לא, רגע.
לא שלחת לה במייל.
אז בוואטסאפ, בסדר, אביש? זה בפלאפון לידך, רק תציבי מצב טיסה או...
טוב, רואים עכשיו את זה, נכון?
כן, רואים.
קדימה.
בסדר, עשית את הדבר, יאללה.
הסרטון נגמר.
היי. היי, everyone. אני רואה מיוט.
את צריכה להוריד ממיוט, ואני צריכה לשים מיוט.
שים מיוט, דוד.
היי, איפה שומעים אותי? אני שומעת את עצמי שוב. לא. לא. אז הווליום שלך פתוח. אז תסגור גם את הווליום של המחשב. וואו, אבל אז אנחנו לא נשמע אף אחד. תקשיב, אנחנו בבעיה.
אבל איך זה ייתכן? מה זה?
תקשיב, זה סרט, ממש. מה נעשה?
אתה צריך להיות על מיוט, זה על אפס ווליום.
אבל אז אנחנו לא נשמע את הבורד. שואלים שאלות, אומרים, מגיבים.
אבל איך זה ייתכן? אני על מיוט בווליום.
לא, כי המחשב שלה, היא מדברת, זה יוצא מפה, ואז המחשב שלה שומע שוב.
אז מה עושים? אנחנו צריכים לפני חדרים.
לא, זה ממש זה לא טוב שלא כולם יודע.
ומה נעשה? אז בוא נתקשר אליו, נשאל אותם, אנחנו יכולים פשוט להציג כולנו יחד, נשאר אחד.
ברור שאת לא יכולה.
נכון, לא משהו. שומעים פירוט אם נתקשר, כמה?
אפשר בוא נראה.
טוב, רגע,
שנייה. אני קורא עובר את זה, אבל תראי שנייה. אני עולה פה, אני מסיים, עושה ככה, ואתה נכנס. ואתה מסיים, עושה ככה, ואני מסיים, מילה נכנס.
אנחנו צריכים בפנימיים של כולנו. אולי רק בהתחלה.
מה לעשות חולה?
אפשר שכל פעם מישהו ישים גם על ביו פלייר את
אני לא יכול, בשביל לצאת, אם אני יוצא, בשביל להוריד על האלבום אצלי, אולי אני לא צריך, בוא נראה. אני צריך כרגע פול. אבל זה עדיין בלגן.
אני אעשה את זה, אני יכול להיות בפניות, אני יכול להגיד בפניות. יכול לזוז בהם אני גם יש לו זמן את המחשב? יש לי יותר בעיה. אמרתי לך בוואטסאפ.
וואטסאפ?
כן, וואטסאפ.
שי?
עם אוזניות.
בואו ננסה עם אוזניות.
לא נורא. כן, הוא הלך להביא מאיפה הוא מביא, הוא דיבר עם משה? זה הסרטון הטוב?
כן.
יופי.
טוב, שמונים טוב.
ולא הדפסנו לך את הנקודות, זה נורא? אבי, שאולי נדפיס את הנקודות?
מה שיכול לשלוח באיזשהו...
כן, שלחת נמשך להרשאי אתה בטוח שהאותיות האלה עובדות?
אני לא הבאתי שניים, אבל אחד מאיתנו לא צריך להיות בדיוק.
לא נכון, לא נכון.
שטויות. הנה, לא יצא. תדברי עם משה.
כן.
תקשיבי לקודם שלו ושל. חברות. בוא נקרא עכשיו. לא, אתם בישיבה אני בבוקר, נשארתי בבוקר.
רגע, עכשיו אני יכולה לדבר בלי לעשות לעצמי מיוט ואנמיוט? עדיין לעשות מיוט ואנמיוט? אוקיי. שומעים אותי בכלל? אתה שומע אותי דרך המחשב כאילו? בסאונד של המחשב? אוקיי.
טוב.
נראה לי זה כן יעבוד עם המיוטים.
צריך להתאמן על זה שנייה, אבל בואו נתחיל להתאמן על זה. די עם משה, אפשר פשוט לבקש ממנו להדפיס, אני לא מבין מה הבעיה. בואו נתחיל, די, עכשיו זה כבר נהיה לחוץ. אילנה, מה הבעיה עכשיו? אילנה! אני מדברת עם משה, שידפיס. אבל לא אמרת לו עכשיו שהוא היה בחוץ, אמרתי לו שהוא אוכל בחוץ. סבבה, זהו, אז בואו נתחיל. אילנה, אנחנו צריכים להתחיל. יאללה, סגור הדלת.
בחדר שלו, אתה תשאר פה, אנחנו הולכים לשם שנינו ונהיה נשב אחד.
לא, בואי נשאר פה רגע. ככה, כי זה הולך לעבוד.
אבל משה, תציע את החדר שלו.
אבל זה לא טוב שלא נשב באותו חדר.
נכון.
למה זה לא טוב?
זה לא כיף.
זה לא כיף אם ישמעו הדים.
אז בואי נעשה רגע ניסיון.
ממש השתתפה במלא פגישות ככה.
עזבי אותנו.
אילנה, בואו נתחיל, ננסה שנייה, ואז אם זה לא ילך, נתחיל. אוקיי? יופי. בסדר. הזום כרגע פתוח, אני היחיד שמדבר, כרגע אתם במיוט. מישהו שומע אותי? לא, נכון? אתה שומע אותי, אבל אתה לא שומע, אתה שומע הד? לא? מעולה. עכשיו אני הולך למיוט,
Hi, I'm Ilana Bril. I'm the director of Yerucham Tourism Association, married to Avishai, a mother to Ruth. I came to Yerucham 13 years ago, fell in love and stayed. I was a part of a lot of social initiatives here, and 3 years ago, me and Avishai opened our touristic business, the White Hill Guest House. שומעים אותי? חפרתי?
לא, זה מעולה. I'm Avishai, Ilana's husband, and in the association, I'm the liaison for the municipality and authority connections.
אני נגיד לא שומעת אותך, אבישי. אני
לחצתי, דוד, יצאתי לאחרת.
אין מה עוד בלחץ, אנחנו יודעים מה זה.
ננסה להבין לך את ההכנסה.
תודה רבה. יאללה, אבישי, אני מפציר בכם להזדרז.
Much before the tourism started to develop.
אבישי, כשאילנה מדברת, פשוט תפנה אליי את המחשב. אתם במיוט, להוציא מהמיוט.
אנחנו לא מדברים איתך.
רגע, אנחנו רוצים, אתה יכול לרדת לשקופית עם המספרים, כי אני לא זוכרת כלום שאני צריכה להגיד. עוד למטה.
לא זאת.
עוד למטה. על ה-goals או משהו כזה, הנה. Goals is here. So our main goal in everything that we do is to, מה אמרתי? עושים את ירוחם,
Increase.
לא, רגע.
To make Yerucham a thriving tourism destination. Okay, לא.
To make ירוחם a desirable tourism. בוא נראה מה נזכור את זה, להגיד את זה.
רוצה שנתחיל, חברים, בסדר?
כן, בסדר.
רגע, אבל צריך להתאמן, זה מלחיץ אותי.
להתאמן תוך כדי.
תשבי, זהו, נגמר האימונים. עכשיו עושים בחזרה וזהו. ומה שיוצא, יוצא, ואנחנו נלמד מהחזרה הזאת, ונעשה מה שנעשה.
כן, לא ממש מתאם.
טוב, בוא, דוד, תעבור להתחלה.
ביי. רגע, אפשר להסיז את זה? יאללה.
טוב, אז הזום מתחיל ככה, אוקיי? הם יציגו את עצמם, נהיה small talk, יתארס סרטון, לידה. אני אחר כך עושה share, מגיע לשקופית הזאתי. Hello, I'm David. We're very pleased to be here. We're honored to be here and to meet you all. Shame we couldn't do it in person, but here we go. Let's do it. As we want to show you a little bit about Yerucham. You're not here, but still, maybe through this video, you can get the feel of what we're doing and who we are. סרטון מתנגן, הסתיים הסרטון.
Hi, I'm Ness Meeting. I'm the director of the Yerucham Tourism Association. I'm married to Avishai, mother to Ruth, came to Yerucham 13 years ago, and me and Avishai opened our touristic business 3 years ago at the White Hill Guest House.
Hi, I'm Avishai, Ilana's husband, and in the association, I am responsible for municipality and authority connections.
I'm David. I'm owner of founding Pinto Winery. It's a boutique winery right here in Yerucham, and also we are owners of the vineyards just outside the city. And we're here to make wine in the desert.
Moshe Glantz not here with us. The rest of the board is not here with us. Brewer of Glantz Beer of Yerucham and owner of Shirat HaKochavim Astronomy Observation. Tamar Yokel, owner of Vitamin C Bike and Outdoor Activity Center Yerucham Lake. Hadassah Sharet, owner of Zuak Studio for Moroccan crafts, and Mona Ben Ishai, owner of Step Up, a digital marketing solution in Yerucham. All the board members are entrepreneurs who live and breathe and dream tourism in Yerucham. They all believe in the potential of Yerucham many years ago, before tourism was growing, and now they're bringing their skills and heart to our association.
A little bit about Yerucham, very short. Yerucham, as you may know, was founded in the 50s, was a very developing town, bad image, a lot of struggles, unemployment, etc. But in recent years, we have a very good leadership and a lot of development in many areas, in construction, education, and in tourism, of course. And we're here to basically implement that potential. Here it is.
So Yerucham is surrounded by some amazing natural resources. The Yerucham Lake Park and the Yerucham Crater are some of the most unique places you can reach in Israel. The Desert Iris Hotel was established 7 years ago and was actually the pioneer of tourism in Yerucham. It is the first to accommodate. It was the first to accommodate families, couples, and singles right here in Yerucham. Little by little, more and more entrepreneurs joined the tourism industry, opening attractions, workshops, culinary businesses, and accommodation businesses. They are putting to the front not only the nature and scenery of Yerucham, but also the culture and heritage of our special place. We look forward to the future, and we know that the tourism is going into a new era with slow tourism and people who want to meet the locals, and much more environmentally aware consumers that are looking for sustainable tourism. Yerucham has all the characteristics to be part of this new trend, and Yerucham today has some 130,000 visitors at the Lake Park, and
תרוץ על זה. תגיד שניים מהנתונים, היתר הם קוראים לבד. תגיד שני נתונים מעניינים.
אבל השניים הראשונים חשובים בגלל מה
אבל זהו, לא צריך יותר מזה.
Hundreds of thousands of visitors in its natural resources, but not all of them consume in Yerucham tourism because it is not
or not accessible.
Because it is not accessible enough.
Okay, so first thing we did as an organization is that we realized that there are a lot of things going on, a lot of tourism businesses that are already exist, but a lot of them don't have enough physical or digital presence. So we understood that we need to combine forces and to do, זה משגע אותי מה שאתה עושה, אני לא יכולה, אני מבינה, אבל אני לא יכולה שאתה עושה את זה. So we need, אני לא יכולה. So we need to combine, אני הורדתי את הוויז'ואל הזה. So we need to combine forces and to do joint, and we did, to do joint campaigns. We did already 5 of them, beautiful, up-to-date, vibrant, and they were a big success.
We also, you know, in many businesses, there is this stands with flyers or postcards on what you can do when you come to a tourism destination. So we actually combine these into a digital interface that will be put on tablets where people can browse and see what there is to do in town.
We have great partnerships and collaborations, not only with the local municipality, but also with our neighbors at Ramat Negev and Mitzveh Ramon. And we meet with them regularly, not to promote also regional tourism and not only tourism of Yerucham. And we are working hard to develop the tourism infrastructure, make more sites for entrepreneurs to open businesses, mark new trails in the desert, and so on.
Apart from all these achievements, we also really managed to bring substantial budgets into tourism in Yerucham, from the government, from private donors, and also from our collaborators. And we also work as an association, and also we volunteer to do each one of his separate skill. We managed to accomplish great things with little budget because of that. Of course, through the coronavirus crisis, we were very active. We did many things to help the tourism. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Stanford?
Yes.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, you're a little early. We were practicing on your platform. I hope it's not...
That's perfectly okay. Don't worry about me.
Cool. So continue. Nice to meet you.
To record our bloopers and then advertise them.
You prefer I turn off and come back in 5 minutes?
If you could, that'll be better.
I'll be delighted. I'll be delighted.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. לא, חינני, יאללה.
אני רץ על זה, לא, אוקיי, בואו נרוץ.
אבישי, בסדר?
בסדר.
אתה על זה, אין לנו זמן, אז בואו, מה אנחנו חשבנו לעשות?
עברו 9 דקות מאז שהתחלנו.
בסדר.
נראה לי שאנחנו בסדר.
אנחנו נהיה בסדר, צריך לקצר, קונסייס, בום ולעבור.
אולי נוותר על זה, our goals, כי זה כאילו, that's our goals, I don't think we need to... לא צריך שאני אציג
בדיוק, זה מאוד גרפי ומאוד ברור. These are our measurable goals, so we can evaluate ourselves.
Our main goal is to make Yerucham a desirable touristic place. And these are the measurable goals, but I think we don't have so much time, so maybe you can just read it and we can move forward.
לא, אפילו לא צריך להגיד את זה. These are measurable goals, so we can evaluate ourselves later. זהו, בסדר?
So we can evaluate ourselves.
Evaluate ourselves.
So our main goal is to make Yerucham a desirable place, for a desirable touristic place. These are the measurable goals, so we can evaluate ourselves. אוקיי, ואני לא אקרא, נעבור הלאה. אם אין להם שאלות, הם יעצרו. מעולה.
טוב, אני חושב שאנחנו בסך הכל בסדר, רק אני כן אעבור על השקופית שרציתי.
אם אתה רוצה לדבר אותה, אז בכיף.
אבישי, תעשה את השקופית הזאת, בבקשה.
אוקיי. We focus on our challenges.
אחרי שדיברתי הרבה על ההאקתון, ושזה נתן לנו המון מסקנות והמון זה, ואנחנו, הבריינסטורמינג של זה הוביל גם להגדרת האתגרים.
Our challenges are focusing on the FIT tourists, the free independent tourists, the people who come on their own. Travelers? Okay. Free independent travelers that come on their own and are not part of organized tourism. This is a growing sector, and especially today in coronavirus times, we do not see that groups, the organized sector, will be back so quickly. FITs seek for spontaneous tourism, and this is a great challenge for Yerucham. Because we are not yet a thriving tourism destination, not many attractions can stay open the whole day and wait for tourists, but more for groups who order in advance. But together, with our collaborations, we are sure that we can bring the
marketing. All right. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good morning. Yes. Lovely to see you. We were just practicing a little bit on your Zoom platform.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this here. We're going to probably, the others will join us in a moment, I guess.
Yes, we have about 7 or 8. Let's see, what time is it?
Okay.
We have about 8 minutes before we really start. So they'll be joining us. No worries.
I'm sure they will. We would like to make your acquaintance in the meantime.
I'm Rosemary Bendick. I work with Rini at the Grata Fund in Jersey. Yes, I help her set up all the meetings and all that administrative stuff.
Okay. Great. My name is David. I'm the chair of the board of the association and also part of the board. Avishai, you can present yourself.
Avishai, owner of the White Hill Guest House in Yerucham and also part of the board.
It's very nice to meet you. Very excited to hear about the work that you do.
Thanks.
Good morning, Gru. How are you?
Good morning, Adelia. How are you?
I see that you meet my friend.
She caught us practicing on the platform. It was
That's fine. Okay.
Gru, did you make me the co-host?
I did not yet.
Please do it.
Odelia, I've only just a question. You can see the shared screen, right? It's in place.
טוב, אתם אפילו לפני החברי בורדס, תראו איזה מתרגשים אתם. רועי, המזכירה של הפדרציה, היא מארגנת את הטכני.
כן, היא אמרה, כן. גם זה ערב 7 בבוקר שם, נכון?
8, הם החליפו שעון.
8, נכון. We're just
They
saying,
switched the clock.
we're just saying how early it is in the States. It's now like 8 a.m.
It's about 10 to 8 in the morning.
So,
A little early. Yes. Changed our clocks this weekend, so it makes it seem even earlier.
Yeah, we are going to switch next week, I think.
Yeah. Are you changing yours next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, before Passover.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like 2 days before.
Wow.
It's great to have the sunlight in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure do. Hi, Rini.
Or she's here, but she's not here.
She's at the beach.
Oh,
She's at the beach.
Yes. Do you know that yesterday was Amy's birthday, Odelia?
Yeah, I know. I sent her a virtual candle yesterday on the board meeting.
Aw.
She was asking how she can blow them off. So I said, stop share. I stopped share them.
It was great.
That's great.
The connection is bad. Really, you.
There you go. Better, right? Now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let me try.
You're freezing every once in a while.
Just try something.
דוד,
I think I'm gonna move room.
תעשה רגע סטופ שייר, ורק כשאני אגיד לך תוכל לעשות, בסדר? כי אני צריכה לעשות שייר לפני, אבל אנחנו לא יכולים ביחד.
Good day.
Good morning, Howard.
Hello.
That covers everyone instead of good morning, good afternoon, whatever. Just
We're here, so more good morning, I think. We're comfortable here, so.
Yeah, you're enjoying your day already.
We are. Sunny, pretty.
Well, the sun just rose here, so.
Very recently.
In Yerucham, we have approximately 320 days of sun per year, which is not bad.
Oh, sign me up.
Jealous later.
Sounds good. And probably a little warmer than the 20-something degrees it was this morning also.
You could share.
20-something
We would be happy if you shared.
Yeah, no, we're talking Fahrenheit.
We'd love to share. Take it. I mean, give us some rain. We have, please.
Definitely.
Yeah, some snow.
Happy to send it.
Howard always says that he hates people who do not have snow in their country, and they say, "Oh, snow, it's so beautiful. I like it."
Oh, Delia got to experience snow at my house. And
Yes.
she made a snow angel.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And the best was, she said, I don't want to make a snow angel. I'll get wet. Well, the snow was so dry that, of course, she stepped up and were you wet?
I don't know. It's dry snow.
It was so cold she didn't know.
Exactly.
Anyway, hopefully today the last mound of snow will melt in my house.
I have one little patch left. The dogs love it. Ro probably has a lot of snow. She had 3 feet of snow.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's more than we had.
You had snow again up there?
No, still.
Wow.
How quickly they forget living in New Jersey, huh?
Yeah, showing off in Florida.
What can I tell you? Yesterday was 85 degrees here.
Oh my goodness.
I have a picture.
Gordon, where are you?
In Boca.
Oh, okay. Is that your? But what about your screen? Your screen.
A screenshot is a picture I took coming out of Elizabeth on a boat one day, and I turned around and this was behind me.
Very nice. Wow.
It looked like a nuclear. It looked like a nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
That was when Sodom and Elizabeth went down, and you know.
Right, right.
Good afternoon, Jerry. I love your Tel Aviv scene. That's nice.
Thank you.
Hi, Jerry.
Jerry, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Rini.
Yes.
You know that President Chaimowitz is going to be signing a document today with the governor and New Jersey Institute of Technology for joint projects.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
He came physically, Gordon.
What's that?
He came physically?
He physically is there because I was invited virtually, but I have a 2:00 meeting today, so I can't be there.
They're doing it live on Governor's Facebook. I got notification.
Oh, because he wasn't sure if he is going to fly to you.
Yeah, when we saw him, he said he wasn't sure, but he must be here because they say it's a signing.
Yeah.
Dr. Bloom and he and the governor and Andrew Gross, a couple of other people. Oh, Nitzan, the consul general.
Oh, Ken has joined us. Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
And Leslie and Marcy and Sandy.
Hey, we in about 2 or 3 more minutes.
Seeing, yes. Hi, all.
Oh, you're all from all different places in the States?
We're all Greater Metro West New Jersey people, but some of us have the benefit of having our bodies in different places at the
moment. Some of us are warmer. Some of us are warmer than others.
Yeah.
Our affiliation is Greater Metro West. Our hearts are in Israel, and our bodies are scattered.
Our hearts are in the Negev in Israel.
Wow. Some of our brains are scattered too, but I'm speaking for myself.
I'll join you there. I'll join you with the brain scatter.
Yeah.
But maybe next year we will all be in Israel. That would be great.
Yeah, we will be so happy to host.
We're not going for maybe. No, we're thinking positively.
That's right.
This year at the Seder,
listen, hopefully we'll be in Israel
is going to have increased meaning.
Hopefully we'll be in Israel before next February.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Do you want to start, Howard?
Will we go just to, stay on schedule?
Yes, I just will share the screen, the schedule for today. So we are starting with Yerucham Tourism Association. We already have Ilana and Avishai and David with us. Then we will hear from Beersheba, the Artist Boulevard, and at the end, Elad Theater. This is the schedule for today. So Ilana and Avishai are husband and wife, and they live in Yerucham. Ilana is the CEO of the Yerucham Tourism Association, and with us here, David Pinto, And I'll let them share their screen and start with their presentation about the Yerucham Tourism Association. Good luck, and they are very excited.
Very excited indeed.
Relax, and everything will be okay. Go ahead, that's Lacha.
Great. So I'm going to share the presentation now. Okay, you see it?
Yes. Okay.
All right. So indeed, we are very excited and very grateful to present to you this presentation on our project. We'll just dive right into it. First, because you're not here, we really wanted to show you a little bit of Yerucham and what's tourism here all about. So there's a small video I want to show you. So it'll be just a minute. And here it is. So I hope that the sound should work. I already tested it. So here we go.
Works perfectly.
So back to the presentation.
It was a bit, at least on our side, it was a bit choppy. So the connection wasn't great. So you're more than welcome. You have it, I think. So you're more than welcome to see the video afterwards with free flow.
Right. So first of all, we would like for you to get to know us. So Ilana, please.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Ilana Bril, as Odelia said. I'm director of the Yerucham Tourism Association, married to Avishai, mother to little Ruth. Came to Yerucham 13 years ago, fell in love in this place and stayed. Now we're the owners of the White Hill Guest House, which hosts a lot of tourists from all over the world. Yeah.
Avishai Efrat, husband of Ilana. And in the association, I am in charge of municipality and authority connections.
My name is David Pinto. I'm owner and founder of the Pinto Winery, which is supposed to to be built in Yerucham in the next year, and also owner of the vineyards that are just outside the town. And also, by the way, just now, after great timing, I bought my plots in Yerucham, so I'm going to move here also within the next year. So I'm very excited and proud about that.
Yeah, so the rest of the board is not here, but I'll introduce them. So Moshe Glanz, brewer of Glanz beer and the owner of Shirat HaKochavim, Astronomy Observation. Tamar Yokel, owner of Vitamin C, Bike and Outdoor Activity Center in Yerucham Lake. Hadassa Sharet, owner of Zuak Studio for Moroccan Crafts, and Mona Ben Ishai, owner of Step Up, a digital studio in Yerucham. It's important to say that we're all entrepreneurs. We live, breathe, and dream tourism in Yerucham. We're all set up our businesses here in Yerucham before it was something obvious. And now we bring our skills and heart to this association. So yeah, we're really proud.
So as we said, you came to Yerucham. Yerucham, just to get your bearings, was founded in the 50s, a developing town, many hardships, unemployment, but recently a lot of development. There's good leadership, and there's incredible developments in education, construction, and of course tourism, which we now realize is going to be maybe the next great economic engine of the town.
Yerucham is surrounded by some amazing natural resources. The Yerucham Lake and the Yerucham Crater are some of the most unique places to visit in Israel. About 7 years ago, the Desert Iris Hotel was established, being a pioneer of tourism in Yerucham and putting Yerucham on the tourism map. And little by little and step by step, more and more entrepreneurs opened their businesses here in Yerucham. Workshops, attractions, accommodation businesses, culinary businesses, all putting up front not only the natural resources, but also the culture and heritage and history of this special place. We look to the future and we know that tourism is going into a new step. Slow tourism and tourists who are keen to meet the locals. And also more aware, environmentally aware tourism that are seeking for sustainable options. Yerucham has all the characteristics to be part of that. As the businesses here are very much aware of the environmental, of the environment and keen to conserve the surrounding nature and culture and history. Yerucham already enjoys hundreds of thousands of visitors annually, but many of them visit only the nature around Yerucham and don't see Yerucham as a destination for consuming tourism. So we have.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. We can move on.
Yeah, we can go forward. So, Alina, some of our achievements.
So so the first thing I think we understood as an organization that there is a lot of things that already exist and going on in terms of tourism, a lot of businesses, but many of them don't have enough physical or digital presence, visibility. So we decided to make to bring forces together and to make joint campaigns, big campaigns of everyone that are up to date, beautiful, vibrant, cool, to bring more and more people to Yerucham. We did already 5 campaigns like that, and it was a huge success.
We also, another thing we did, which was a nice, we're in final stages, where usually in accommodation places, you have these stands with postcards or flyers on what to do in the area. So we put all of these into a digital interface where people can just, in tablets, people can just search and see what there is to do around their guest house or hotel.
We have great partnerships also with the local municipality and also with our neighbors in the Negev Desert region, with Ramon and Negev Highlands. And we work very hard to promote tourism infrastructure, also hiking paths and mountain biking paths around us, and also infrastructure for new businesses to
Another great achievement that we did is bring many budgets to Yerucham tourism. It was all of ourselves, from private donors, from matching from the government, from your generous selves, and which really made a great impact here. That combined with our volunteering and from all the people in the association made it possible for us to do great things with very limited budgets. And we really did a lot and achieved something stirred here. In the coronavirus crisis, of course, we were very active. Some of the things we did, for instance, we launched a voucher program where people paid in advance for attractions they can consume after the lockdown. And so to help with cash flows, we helped, we used this opportunity to help businesses upgrade, reboot, professional help and formations so they can reopen stronger and more up to date. And of course, the main event, which in fact became one of the main achievements of this year, was the Yerucham Tourism Hackathon, which we did with your generous support. And again, thank you for that. This was a game changer. We managed to bring 80, in the middle of the crisis, 80 leaders of tourism in Israel. They all came here for overnight, and we sat down and we brainstormed and we thought about many things that could help tourism. Many of the insights and conclusions were already implemented in the municipality's strategic plan for tourism. which is great in itself. But we also got out of it with many, many insights and many ideas for the future, and which eventually brought us to define our challenges. Vishai?
We decided to focus our efforts on FITs, free independent travelers, people who come on their own, not as part of an organized groups, families, couples, singles. This sector grows in tourism worldwide, also before the coronavirus pandemic, and now we know that in coming years there's not going to be much organized tourism and tourist buses that will arrive in Yerucham because of the pandemic. The FITs seek for spontaneous tourism, which is a great challenge for Yerucham because it is not yet a thriving destination. It is not able for business owners to keep their businesses available for spontaneous tourists just to walk in and enjoy their products, but they have to order in advance if it's a workshop or a tour in the desert or something like that. So this is a great challenge for us to work together and to build the options for businesses to be open all the time. We do this through marketing efforts, branding ourselves together and reaching out, and also creating connections between all the businesses and combining forces to work together. We also work very hard to create an equal standard of all businesses, that all of the businesses here will be top-notch and give great products to tourists who come visit Yerucham.
So after the hackathon, we set some more and brainstormed some more. And then we devised our plan, which we're now going to lay out in front of you, the Yerucham Tourism Center, which we believe can really give answers and solutions to these challenges. The Yerucham Tourism Center, the vision that we want is in fact to be able to have an umbrella for the many tourism operators and services provided here in this town, and make them more accessible and rebrand them so as to also shed off the negative image Yerucham may have, and bring something new to the audiences and make it accessible and easy for them to come and see. The center will be comprised of three main components. That's how we organized it. The first component will be, in fact, the digital interface. The world is going digital, everybody knows that, and we have to be there, and we also have to be innovative there. So the first part is, in fact, a digital interface. It's going to be basically a website where people can go in from the comfort of their home and browse and see what there is to do here, and in fact, build their vacation. If they want, they can put in their preferences in a specialized algorithm that we're going to design, which is the innovative part. And the system that we're going to build, in fact, will give them out recommendation or in fact, the tailor-made package or single product for them, which is more suitable for their preferences and their personalization. And that is, in fact, the first part. The second part will be what we call the back office. And the back office, if a person can of course purchase his vacation or his attraction or workshop in the website, but if he wants to put in his preferences, he puts in his contacts as well, and the representative for the back office, a human representative, will get back to him or her and make recommendations, make more accurate the package for the needs of this, if it's a family or a single or a couple, and in fact, sell them a better package and more tailor-made package, and also close the transaction. Another thing that the back office will do is, in fact, can also help the spontaneous problem we have, it can in fact fill the attractions. If one person wants to come to have these attractions, then it can, and another one also is fitting for him, then I put these 2 or 3 and then 4 into the same attractions, and then it can open. It doesn't have to wait. It doesn't have to open for 2 people or 3 people. So that's also one main advantage that the back office can, in fact, do. Okay, and And it will also serve as an information center, basically. It's important for us, this human touch, because Yerucham is a human place. It's very much about the people and about the culture. And so we really think that a human representative will do the work in the best way. The third part is, in fact, we realized very quickly that we can't support all of this thing without also working on ourselves and working on our product. So the third part of the tourism center is, in fact, the assistance for businesses, for tourism businesses. And in there, we're going to do two main things. One, we're going to upgrade and assist existing businesses to, first of all, up their game, upgrade their digital presence, rebranding, design, all of these things. And also form new businesses for tourism where we think we need them, and convert businesses to tourism. For example, we have a yoga instructor here who does yoga for locals. There's absolutely no reason why he can't do yoga sessions for visitors of the hotel, and therefore increase his turnover and increase his business. So this is an example for converting a business into tourism. I see that, I see that there are questions. Okay. So this is the third part, basically. And this is the whole thing we're going to do. Here is just the flow so you can better understand what's going to happen. So the visitor is getting into our digital interface. You can purchase or see what he likes and doesn't like, and he fills his preferences and personalizes his vacation. Then the system proposes him a single product or a package, gives him also a price if he wants. And then the back office, like we said, and we make adjustment, we make recommendations, we talk to the person, see what he wants, and we finalize the transaction and let the visit begin, like we say. The third part will basically, like I said, we'll divide in we will provide consulting for these businesses in the areas of improving the product. We have outside consultants that are lined up to do that. And for some, we're going to receive also funding from outside, for branding, graphic design if needed, and of course, digital presence, social media presence, profiles, etc. And of course, the other side is the support and setup of businesses. If we feel, for instance, that there is grave need of a culinary business here in Yerucham for another type, then we can bring entrepreneurs and encourage them and teach them how to do it properly. And also convert, like I said before, with a yoga instructor, existing businesses to tourism. This will enable us, in fact, to achieve a good standardization, a higher level overall of the tourism services we provide, and improve our products and be more attractive to outside audience and more up to date, of course. Ilana, you want to talk a little bit about our goals?
So, well, our main goal, thank you, David. Our main goal is to make Yerucham a thriving, a desirable tourism place. But we also set up measurable goals for the first year of the project. So we want to increase in at least 20% the occupancy and accommodation turnovers. We want to increase in 30% the number of workshop and attraction sales. We want to help at least 15 businesses to upgrade and to assist them. We want to, the 15 are businesses that are already touristic businesses, and we want to help start at least 10 new businesses or convert them to tourism. We want to be present in the digital world. It's really important. So we want to get to 20,000 people in the social media, followers in the Facebook, Instagram, and our website.
Now I've put a summary here of the budget, in fact, that we're going to use. It's based, of course, on the table you received in our previous application. A great deal of the budget will go to the staff, which will comprise of two main things. First of all, our operators and employees, which is a person who will manage the center and the representative, okay? Both of them will be part-time. We don't feel that it needs to be all the time. And other than that, we have to pay for outside consultants and professionals to help us with what we said before, helping businesses, etc. We will need a budget of about $12,000 for the project setup, which is basically to help set up our rebrand, set up the website and platform, and bring it to on air.
David, I don't think we need to go over all the numbers because they have the presentation and also they can read it.
So this is about.
So maybe if you have something to add, we can add and then move to some questions.
Not much. I just wanted to here is the, so I'm going to move forward. Here is our sort of a schedule. In large, we're thinking if we work hard, we'll be able to start the operations completely within 5 months after all the different setups and the collaboration with the operators, because obviously they need to be part of this whole thing. Next, I want to talk to you about our also additional support and our sustainability model. First, we're going to plan to receive government matching and business support, all in terms of the professional support we're going to receive, consultants in the areas of business, in the areas of tourism, in the areas of branding and design, and in the areas of digital marketing. Other assistance we have received and will receive is from the municipality and of course regional efforts. And these are budgets that can come also our way. It worked very well in the past, and we were sure that if we can go forward, we will receive the participation from these bodies because it's in their interest, of course, as well. And now for the sustainability model, there are two main things we're planning to achieve. One is be able to scale up our operations substantially once we go into the institutional clientele and the tourism agent market. So if first we want to focus on FITs in order to, like we said before, in order to really work on the word of mouth for Yerucham and etc. But the big money and the bread and butter may come from the institutional clientele. Whole buses, groups, the institutions that come, and this can be a great thing that the center could also provide. And of course, the center, the website, and everything plans to sell the product from the operators. So naturally, they will have to participate a little bit, pay a commission, and with these funds, we'll be able, hopefully, to sustain for the future, of course, once it even grows and expands, sustain this thing completely and not be even dependent on outside, further outside funding. That's our model. That's about it. So I have here the table, which you already know, in case you have any questions for reference. This is only in case I won't go over it. You already know the numbers, I presume. And we really want to thank you for your attention, your support, and your opportunity to hear us. And we would love to answer any questions. Ilana, you want to add, of course, Avishai, you want to add something?
No, thank you so much.
Yeah, and we really think developing tourism in Yerucham in the end has the power to do two things. First, to be really a real substantial economical engine for this town, and two, to shed the negative image and bring Yerucham as an emerging, vibrant, up-to-date, exciting tourism destination, which will help rebrand Yerucham itself, not only as a place to visit, but also a place to live in, and then for the whole Negev. So that's what we want to do.
Thank you, David, Ilana, and Avishai. Let's take some questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where you show additional support in project, you show government and municipal and regional support. Yet in the budget itself, you're talking about $32,000 that you will receive from the association. Is that additional support included in that 32,000, yes, or is that support that you expect
Yes,
beyond?
I will. Yes, yes. The $32,000 is in fact part of it is the funds that we have also from our budget that we were going to put in the center, of course. And part of these 32,000 is also the help that we're planning to get from like what I said, from the government and from the municipalities. Of course, we're not finished working. We work all the time. So for our part, we always try to receive more budgets in order to expand and make our operations better. But to your question, yes, these 32,000 include the government and municipal supports for this project.
Have you approached other nonprofits for support?
We have approached we have approached for a similar project the UJA from New York. Do you know them?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So we approached them from a separate project. Also, we worked in parallel on several ideas, of course. But they, I think they didn't want to support tourism very much. They thought it wasn't, they wanted to support something else. So it wasn't exactly compatible with their plans. We tried, but it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Okay.
Sandy,
I have a question. We are just, it's our first year, so we haven't had many options yet to reach out to funds and foundations and also government budgets. We just finished our first, 2020 was our first year with the budget. So we're just starting.
And a lot of the support came from the government, and now the government don't have its own budget. So we're trying to find our way, believe in ourselves.
I want to just make a comment. Two things. Number one, as you know, I met all of you guys about a year ago, and there's no question in my mind, once you put your mind to it, you're going to accomplish it. So I have every confidence. I do have a question on the budget, and I don't see it on the screen. Can we pull it up a little farther?
Oh, which part?
Or is that it?
This is part one. This is part two.
The budget I saw on the budget I saw when we were presented had a line item of 10,000 for 4 conventions or meetings over the course of the first
quarterly event and convention.
There.
Yeah, quarterly event and convention. Is that realistic for the first year?
Part of these conventions, we're talking, it's also, I think it's realistic because first of all, these events that we're planning to do is not a huge tens of thousands of participants festivals. We're referring more as more dedicated campaigns which can promote tourism and promote our, in a sense, be in our website, be sort of an attractive thing to visit in a certain time period, mostly in the high seasons.
Past year, we, as part of our campaigns, we had events in the high seasons of tourism in Israel. So summer, Sukkot, we had a closure, so we didn't have a campaign there, but Hanukkah and now Passover, we have campaigns and events during the holidays to bring large numbers of tourists to Yerucham. And of course, we will continue to do that also next year and expand that work.
We did 5 large campaigns this year, 2020.
Yeah, my question, twice in your narrative, you mentioned that a major thing is to shed the negative image. I've been to Yerucham a couple of times. What is the negative image? I found it a delightful place. What is the negative image?
So as a business owner that works also with a lot of Israeli tourism, but also with foreign tourism, tourism from abroad has virtually no image about Yerucham. They don't know Yerucham. They don't know if it's a positive place or a negative place. That's at least the feeling I got from our years as an accommodation business. But Israelis have a negative image. It's known as the end of the world, the most remote place in Israel that had poverty for 60 years that had the hardest crises. People are not even aware where Yerucham is on the map. To locate it near the crater, or near our beautiful lake, and near endless beautiful nature. So this is really an effort. It's developing and it's changing, and we feel it with more and more travelers coming, that the image is changing as a place that something interesting is happening, something new. But it's still something that we have to work hard also to maintain, and also to make better, to make the image more as a tourist destination and not as a place that used to be in poverty but now has something going on. So this is a lot of work, and this will be large effort for time to come.
Our history also made a unique story of the place of Yerucham. So we want to take it from sorry for my English, from
disadvantage to an advantage. We want
to advantage, that it's not only that we have a beautiful nature around us, it's also that we have a unique story, that we have unique cultures here. So that's part of the things that we're trying to bring in front. Not the poverty, but the story, the culture.
Adelia?
Yeah, Gordon.
Hi. First of all, I hope you know part of your unique story is that the lake was funded originally by the Ness Camp Foundation. When we came to Yerucham the first time, the lake was a mud hole with a rowboat stuck in it, and we funded it. So go back and look at the history of that. Okay. Secondly, I ran a tourism bureau before my retirement in the city of Elizabeth, New Jersey by Newark Airport. And I like what you're presenting. I think that there are things that could be tweaked in there, but in general, I think it's a great start. Let's put it that way.
Thank you.
I would like to say, hi, thank you for your presentation. Your enthusiasm is just wonderful to see. Clearly, you're looking to us for most of your funding, 94,000 out of 126. So if you did not receive the full funding or only a part of it or whatever, you had presented essentially a three-pronged approach in terms of the digitization, helping the businesses, etc. Which would you proceed with, or with what part would you proceed? And just going forward, because you also spoke about sustainability, since we tend not to be long-term funders, at what point do you see that realistically you could become sustainable?
I think, first of all, if I understand your question correctly, if we were not, for instance, not to receive the funding or receive less, for I don't know, then I guess we would still focus on probably the tourism businesses, and we'll try to do our best with what we do, the same efforts we do now in terms of marketing, etc. But obviously, it will not be as strong. In terms of the sustainability model, we will definitely, I think, I really believe that if we go forward with this project, I think we will do sort of a revolution in the tourism consumption and traffic here in Yerucham. And we see it, by the way, now after the coronavirus crisis. People are looking for the open spaces. People are looking for the negative. The negative is full. You can't put a pin in the accommodation businesses until August. It's insane now. The demand is very high, and we want to ride on these new developments also. I believe we can achieve enough traffic, and so that the money that comes from these businesses will enable us to continue. And once we prove it works, we will be able to also receive official funding for that. I believe so very much.
We believe, to answer your question about the sustainability, if we do the whole project and all parts of it, within 3 years, we'll be able to have enough self-funding or enough commission and fees and sales of our own to stand alone and continue, and definitely for sure need less and less funding within kind of 3 to 5 years, less outside support and more standing on our own.
I have a question.
Thank you.
Hi, I have a question. This looks really, really exciting. On the application budget, you talk about commission income. Could you explain a little bit what that?
Yes, in our platform, we're going to, for instance, offer come and do I don't know, Moroccan crafts workshop. Okay, so we're going to tell the story, we're going to present it, and people will be able to order a spot in that workshop through our platform. Once with collaboration with the operator, every time we sell him a workshop, he will give us a commission for that sale, or we will pay an agent's price for his services, and we'll take the delta. And this commission will enable us to keep operating. I hope that was understandable.
Have you spoken to business operators as to their willingness to do this?
I think most, because a lot of them are seeking desperately our help as well to bring more groups and to bring more people and to be able to increase their traffic, and they're willing to pay for that.
Our association is, we are the business owners. So yes. Here you see only 2 businesses, but on our board we are 6 business owners, and we are constantly in touch with our businesses that are part of the association.
We are 30 businesses in the association paying fees.
Have you broached that to the businesses about a commission?
That's my question.
Yeah, have you told them that that's what you have in mind?
Yes, before this presentation and sending you our plans, we ran it through all of our association members, and yeah, definitely people, once you give people business, they are willing to pay for it. They are happy to pay for it. We know this as business owners in the accommodation world. Websites like booking.com or Expedia take their commission, but they do amazing work at marketing us. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, Rini, that's a standard way of doing business. I mean, my organization funded itself, was self-funding, because the initial idea was to approach all the hotels around Newark Airport, and they all gave us 1%, added a 1% tourism fee to every one of the accommodations, and that funded us in the neighborhood of $750,000 a year easily.
Great. I just wanted to make sure you broached that. Also,
go ahead.
Go ahead,
Jay. Go ahead. Continue. You said also?
Come again?
I wanted to know if the infrastructure, the buses to bring people, other forms of transportation, if there was enough capacity of hotels, if the municipality was able to take in this increase in tourism.
Right now in the Yerucham, there are about 400 beds, or we are able to accommodate 400 people for sleeping in hotels, youth hostels, camping, private units, and so on. And there are great plans. This is mostly the municipality work, but we are taking part in it. Great plans to expand this. In the next 2 or 3 years, there will be a large camping site at the Yerucham Lake, with also options for
keep it clean.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let me ask you a question. One of the things I think that's going to put Yerucham on the map is the cannabis development.
Yes.
Have you given any thought to perhaps connecting with them to arrange? It might be premature, I don't know, but there's going to be a development center that's going to be built. There's fields under cultivation now. Any thought to including that as part of this tourism, conducting tours?
For first, right this week, there's a cannabis convention, and all accommodation businesses are accommodating the visitors of the convention. And we are working together with the organizers of the conventions to create more visits like this. We believe that there will be a lot of business tourism around the cannabis development in Yerucham, and we are in constant touch with the mayor and with the authorities in the municipality to take part in this. Does that answer your question?
Terrific. Yeah.
Okay, we have to finish, so last question.
Yeah, I have a question about the accommodations again. Besides the Malon Iris, what other relatively large facilities do you have for accommodations as far as hotels, not just bed and breakfast?
So there's a large youth hostel with something like 200 beds or so. There's the camping site that is going to be established at the lake. And we have our guest house, which is small, and there are private units. And in the future, hopefully in the near future, there are plans to build 2 larger hotels, one overlooking the lake and one nearby the crater.
If I might add, first of all, the hotel has plans to expand it itself. And we're not, as you know, we're small, but in the close vicinity, there are many other new accommodation, major hotels in Sde Boker now, Kedma, and also Mitzpe, and also there are some developing in Arad and the Arava. So we're also hopefully going to benefit from them. So
only in the last month, 4 new accommodation units were opened. In Yerucham, different levels, each one can accommodate 6 to 8 people. In the last 3 years, something like 15 new units opened, including our guest house that can accommodate 20. So this is really growing. There are more and more accommodation options in all different standards. Of course, building a hotel, it takes a long time, but there are plans. It's also, until that will happen, there's also a growth in accommodation units.
Okay.
Well, one last little question. What would be the commission rate that you'd be getting from the various venues?
It is the going commission rate in Israel for tourism operators, for let's say a tourism operator that brings a bus to a workshop, is about 10 to 15%. We will be lower than that. We will be around the 5% commission. This is something that will be also feasible for the businesses and also enough to support our operation.
So we also want to sell products. On this website, we want to sell products to large organizations before holidays and etc. And also there will be a commission.
So you would be able to survive on a $2 to $3 million gross revenue model, I guess, with respect to the overall tourism.
Sure.
It's not a big number.
$2 or $3 million sounds like.
Well, I took 126,000.
Yeah,
Multiply by 20.
Hey ho.
Yeah, that's $150,000. So yes, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the commission. Sorry.
No. God willing, no.
We have to finish. Larry, did you have a question? One last question before we are finished.
Yes, one quick question. So a year from now, everything is up and running, everything is good, and everything's successul. What did you figure out what your budget would be to really maintain the operations? Because you have to upgrade your technology, you have to upgrade your social media, you have to upgrade everything, right? So have you thought about what do you really have to do year 2?
To be perfectly honest, we haven't thought through, but I believe because we will obviously the operation fees and personnel will remain more or less the same. We think, or maybe we can even be more efficient. But we won't have all the setup fees, and I believe that also once again we'll have to reevaluate ourselves in light of how much income we're going to have and maybe what other funds we can raise until then. Could we buy time, in fact, also?
Okay, thanks.
I'd like to ask the final question. Like many of us on this phone call, we've been to Yerucham and we've loved Yerucham. We've had a great time there. We also had some great meals there. These three women cooks that made amazing food in their homes. How are they doing? And tell them we asked about them.
The Yerucham cookers.
Ness Fund asked about
So the cooks are part of the association, Atid Bamidbar, the nonprofit that is managing the culinary queens, the cooks of Yerucham.
Right.
Are part of the association, and we are working with them together a lot. Yeah, they are also shifting, I would say, from the organized tourism that is not so much present in the last year because of the pandemic, to more independent tourism and more families and couples that go and visit these cooks.
Our association also helped them to do that shift.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll have to finish. Thank you, Guy and Dilana. Good luck.
Really great for the Negev. Thank you.
Thanks. We wish to see you personally live.
We wish to go personally.
And come to sleep in the guest house.
And soon there will be not only food but great wine as well.
Nice. Ilana and Avishai, you didn't mention that when you first opened the White Hill Guest House, it was Ness Loan Fund who gave you the money to do that, like 3 or 4 years ago. So we have this connection also.
Yes.
I still have the mud on my shoes.
The lot of Ness connection in Yerucham.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Goodbye. The video can stop share and leave the.
Just a moment. There he is. Stopping share and leave. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
I'm still scraping mud off my shoes from Yerucham last time I was there. I think it's a permanent addition to the bottom of the soles. It has a special color.
And just before we will continue, I'll just mention that David's father, the Pinto brothers, David's father and his uncle are the Pinto brothers, which I share with you with the newsletter of the Ushpizin at Let's Sukkot. His family owned the social only hotel in Yerucham, Irus Amidbar. They own this hotel, and he's about, like he said, he's about to leave Tel Aviv and live with his family in Yerucham, and he established a vineyard, and he do everything he's do with the Association of Tourism in Yerucham voluntarily, helping them to grow this. And his family actually leverage our money, the money that we gave them during the hackathon, the 10,000 for the hackathon during COVID. His father and his brother actually leveraged this amount of money that we gave in addition to make the hackathon bigger and have much more influence.
The Pinto Winery is located where now?
Yerucham. Inside Yerucham. Jerry was there with me. Beautiful place, right, Jerry?
It is just gorgeous.
Have we ever been?
Have more.
No, it's brand new.
Have we ever been to a winery? We need to put it on the list, Odelia.
We will. At the next few months, Phyllis.
Next few months, exactly.
In the meantime, I will send you a bottle. Okay, so we already have with us the next project, which is the Artist Boulevard in Be'er Sheva. Remember, a pretty rainy day in Be'er Sheva, the only rainy day in Be'er Sheva.
Rainy day, right.
And then we met Diana, and she's here with us now, along with Shachaf, and they're going to introduce us to their project at the Artist Boulevard. So it's nice to see you. Go ahead, Diana and Shachaf. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Diana. Hope you remember me from your last visit. Not my English, but I will try. So I'm going to read my speech because I'm very excited. I initiated this project 7 years ago. It was a very difficult way, but I didn't give up. I connected with every municipal sources and spoke about the quarter artists so many times until issue came up in municipal committees. 2 years ago, she told me about Ness Foundation. Then I met Shachaf She is my sunlight. You will understand why when she will introduce herself. So now I can tell you that I finally start to feel that something is happening in the quarter, and the artists felt that too.
And Cohen, I'm working at the strategy division of the municipality of Beersheba. My connection to Diana in this project comes from an urban strategy of the municipality to revive a place. The artist quarter has been chosen as one of the pilots to apply this strategy. Diana is a professional, responsible, and creative. It is obvious that the quarter is important to her. It is a pleasure for me to collaborate with active residents who love the city. So now I would like to share the presentation with you. Just a minute. So this is Diana and her lovely daughter. You can see this. And now we will start with the content of the presentation. So the project objectives are renewal a common place, first of all, to make it more pleasant place for the community of the artists in the general public. Second and most important, build a strong community of artists around the quarter. The activities together in the quarter will create common experiences and goals for them. Also enriching cultural and artistic offering in Beersheba, thus strengthening the status of the old city as a center of art and culture in Beersheba. And the last but not least, promoting economic development. In the vacancy of the district, the people who come to the district by restaurant and may enter the antique shop located at the next street, and thus the local economy will develop. And now we would like to share with you some of the milestones and achievements that we have and to elaborate on them. So at November 2019, we published a call for the artists in the old city to clarify, and the following needs arose from the call. So the first one is a common space for workshops. The second one, creating a community of artists that will strengthen each other. And the third one is receiving a training in business management and marketing for the artist, of course. The second milestone was in January 2020, presenting of the project to the strategy division and the assistant mayor of Beersheba in order to cooperate and operate the stores owned by the municipality in the quarter, of course. February 2020, it is expressed willingness to cooperate in the project and preparing a budget estimates for renovation. In March 2020, conducting tours in the quarter and mapping the assets and preparing an estimates renovation cost. January 2021, there have been a willingness of the CEO of Yadim company that we will elaborate about this specific company later on. So they want to cooperate with us to promote the venture. And in March 2021, transfer an ownership of the property from the Beersheba municipality to the Yadim company. This Yadim company is a municipal company to develop businesses and tourism in the Beersheba in order to running the project renovated in the quarter. Now we would like to show you some pictures. This is Rubik Danilovich, our mayor in the quarter, when we presented it to him. And there are you guys on your rainy day in Beersheba. So now we'd like to share with you the steps that have been taken physically and community-wise. So the first one is graffiti painting on the door properties. This was the initiative by the local artist. Following this activity, the district received public exposure. So you can see the colors, how beautiful it is. The artist, this is Diana especially. All the beautiful pictures, the drones. The second step, it was the first meeting with the artist community. Following the call published for the artist in November 2019, there was a need to build a community of artists. So we committed a first meeting for them. Here you can see them, here. Also, there have been a population of artists in private stores. So 3 artists rented private stores in the quarter. Here you can see Dor is a carpenter who rented a store in the quarter and renovated it by himself. And another step, it was an installation of lighting in the public space in the quarter. This is an initial intervention of the municipality in favor of the operation of the quarter, which is an achievement in itself. And the last one is adding bins and an increase in environmental cleaning in the quarter. Okay, it's also an achievement. It's not the last one, of course, there will be more. And then now we would like to talk more about the community steps that have been taken in the quarter. Tours in the quarter, you can see that the artist quarter have become a landmark in the tourism tour in the old city. Another one, concept parties. Despite the neglected appearance of the quarter, it has a charm that attracts people to initiate social meeting there. Also, community meetings. Slowly, you can see the community crystallize. The meetings are mostly on Fridays, birthdays, and eating hummus and drinking beer together. And also an establishment of a community garden in order to improve the visibility of the place and to keep it clean. Okay, now we'll move on to talk a little bit about the partners, the additional partners in this project. So the first one is the Beersheba municipality, the strategic planning division. It's one of the, like I mentioned before, one of the municipality goals is the attractiveness of the city by interesting and vibrant living environment. The division accompanies Diana and contacts her with other municipal officials if necessary. The Kivunim company, this one, the blue logo, Kivunim company, the municipal company for culture and leisure will assist in contact creation for the quarter. And this is the DIM company here in the middle. This is a municipal company also for businesses, development, and tourism. This company owns the properties of the quarter, like I mentioned before, and the company shows willingness to renovate these assets. The Ben Gurion University students will create metrics and tools to measure the success and the impact of the activities in the quarter. The Negev Development Authority, here, potential partner for us, the role of the authority to support and assist in economic and cultural development in the Negev. A Montreal Federation expressed willingness to subsidize contact event. And the Mifal Pais, the lottery, a potential partner also, fundraising for culture and arts through their calls. And the Beersheba Foundation is a partner in the city's vision. The foundation works to raise donation to improve the quality of life of residents in the city and the surrounding area, focus on education, welfare, leisure, and culture development, and innovation. So these are the partners and the connection with them, like we've mentioned. Now we want to talk about the implication of the coronavirus. So the first and the most difficult one is the departure of artists. The corona period was very challenging for the artists financially wise. So 2 out of 3 artists who rented left. In addition, there have been no activity at the quarter over the year during the coronavirus. As you can see, of course, the environmental neglecting and also in the empty properties, the homelesses. And now we want to talk about a little bit about the future challenges and how we think we can overcome them. So first one is the opposition from criminal elements in the vacancy of the quarter and improving the image of the quarter. So we believe that the image of the quarter will improve as positive things will happen there. And Diana also began a process of accompanying the homelesses to obtain a public housing in collaborating with the city welfare department. And also in the letter of intent, we wrote that there may be a lack of cooperation of the municipal factor. Today you can see that we are in a different place. As you have seen during our presentation, the municipal factors are fully harnessed, and this is great achievement for us. Okay, a little bit about the timeline for the project from now on. So in May, we would like to initial renovation of the properties. In June, parallel for this, it will be publishing a call for the artists, official call for them. And then in July, establishment of the committee for the selection of the artist. And then in July, also signing a list with the artists that will be chosen. In August, the population of the artists in the properties, and the artists will design their store according to their artistic vision. And this is the most exciting stage for us. And then at September, we would like to launch the project to the public officially. And now about the budget.
I cannot speak in English about the budget, but if you have some questions, we'll try to.
Okay, but shortly we can say that the revenue side, we want to ask a fee from the artist themselves, and there is a validation for that. Diana talked with them, and she's with Connection, and pay even more than 200 shekels per month. Okay, and another one is the self-revenue. That is also a very important part from the revenue. We want to do a market of artist products and the workshops that will cost money from the public, tourism and tour groups that will come and see the artists there, okay, fairs and stuff like this. And also we don't want only to obey on the money that we will raise here. We also want to ask more money from other factors, and the costs and the expenses are the project director. Yes. This will be Diana, of course, and okay, and the marketing, public, of course, equipment, some equipment for to make all this thing, and educational tourism, and the staff volunteer training, also the big part of the expenses. But we can elaborate more in your questions. Have you seen the video? Of the quarter?
They have it on the website, but you can share it if you want.
Okay, so we would like to share to show you some of the atmosphere, the magical atmosphere in the quarter. So just a minute.
שחף, כשעשית share, כשאת עושה share, תעשי share sound למטה.
כן, אני עושה שוב. Now you can see the video, right?
Yes.
Okay. You might remember it from the tour last year. Unfortunately, due to COVID, not much has changed.
אנחנו לא שומעים טוב. We cannot hear.
מה אתם לא שומעים?
אנחנו לא שומעים את הסרטון.
באמת? Okay, so we will show you just a little bit of the pictures, and we will move on.
Okay. You can also share the link on the chat. It's on YouTube, so you can share the link on the chat.
Okay.
Shahab, just go ahead. I will put it on the website and on the I see you did. Okay, thank you.
I have a question on the budget. There was a column that said in kind, and then the rest of it seemed like it was funded by us. So basically, everybody was going to be working on a pro bono basis, and we were going to put up about $50,000, and that was the whole budget.
Just a minute. I will come back for the table.
The concept of in kind.
Yeah. So what is the question about in kind? In kind, we put all the things that equal to money, but not like money.
Cash money.
But not like cash money, like offices and logistic. We think how.
Right. So in the United States, we would call that pro bono, things that are given to you for without a cost, other than, but they have value.
Yeah. So that's what we meant, basically.
Got it. Okay. So the only cash money that's coming in is the $50,000 that you're asking for from Ness.
Yes, and also in the revenue side, you can see also the fees from the participants, the artists, and the self-renovate that we would like to do.
But you only show $43,000 of cash going out.
What? I didn't hear you well.
You show incoming 48,795, outgoing 43,373, and the balance of it is all donated services.
The first column. The first column is contributions. That's cash.
Yeah, but look at the expense side.
The
expense side is higher than the income.
But the 43,000 is for the project director. What I don't understand is the 48 from Ness on the revenue side.
Right, so yeah, $5,000 extra.
Your application was about 100K.
But the application is for 100, not right. So it's those together, but I don't understand what the 48 is used for.
דיינה, את יכולה לחדד לנו?
הבקשה שלכם הייתה על $100,000, אוקיי? ופה אתם מציגים 43,373. כשכל ההוצאות שלכם, תסתכלו על ההוצאות שלכם, הם בעצם פחות, 48,795.
שכל ההוצאות מה?
48,795, משהו בחישובים שלכם בטבלת תקציב לא נכון.
Can I ask that we perhaps take a look at this budget and send us a new one, and then we can revise the application so that it's consistent?
Right.
Sure. Yeah, we will do that, of course.
But
I think they miscalculated the dollars with shekels because the contributions, they wrote 206, which I think it's shekels and not dollar, and this is.
Okay, we will over this again.
Yeah, you need to go over the budget again. It's not that.
We'll do that, of course.
And what is the total request, just to clarify?
100,000. No, 45.2, and then it says 100,000.
That's why we need clarification.
לא, הבקשה הראשונה שלכם, your first application, you applied for 100. דיינה, ביקשתם 100.
נכון, 100,000 שקל, נכון.
לא.
זה למעשה שכירות עבור, סבסוד שכירות לאומנים.
You confusing, שנייה, ביקשתם $100,000, אז זה הבעיה, ועכשיו אתם מבקשים $43,000, אז מה הבקשה שלכם? זאת השאלה.
לא, זה לא, שנייה, זה 48, זהו, שכנראה שהשער הדולר השתנה, לכן המספרים השתנו בבקשה הראשונה.
Okay, it's not, you have to fix it. You have to rewrite this, okay? Because the rate of the dollar is not so different between 50 to 100K. So you need to rewrite the budget and send us.
כן, וזה 48 פלוס 43. Okay.
I have a question. Besides the actual physical artist quarter that you're renovating, are there any plans to use social media for marketing, for virtual tours, for selling and allowing the public to, if they can't make it to Beersheba, to sell the products of the artists? Is there any plans for something like that? And what are they, if there are any?
So the marketing side with social media and everything, yes, we thought about it. There will be a budget also only for this. And what you have asked about the website that they will sell their products. We would like them to come to Beersheba, of course, as a landmark and to visit, to attract visitors to Beersheba and the economic development. And also maybe if we will see, there is an IT director that maybe we will make a website so the artist can sell, but this is not at the first stage of the project, of course.
Okay.
Can I ask, in your proposal, it says that this is a 5-year project to completion. It suggests May 2026. Can you give us an idea of, does that mean it will be only sustainable in 5 years? Or, I mean, you've given us just a very short-term roadmap. Can you give us someplace in between and who you see would be other partners to get you to the 5 years? Or, you know, how it will be viable until then?
So we want to open a process together and a collaboration with all the factors that we've mentioned before. We want to initiate this project in the first year and to show them how much this quarter is valuable to the city and to the Negev in general. And then we would like them to invest more in the city. And we want to see the artist community get bigger and bigger. The concept is the same concept. And also in the letter of intent, we told you about how can we copy the concept of the quarter to different places at the market or in different places in the Negev. So there is an expansion of this thing, but of this concept, but we haven't thought specifically after the first steps.
More questions?
Is this development just that short alleyway, or when we see the aerial view, obviously there's areas and land that could be developed on either side of it, you know, directly. Would that be part of this project, or is that a part of the, you know, the Beersheba municipality developing the city in general?
Just I will clarify that with Odelia, if I understand the question correctly. Odelia,
האם זה תחום במקום ספציפי, או שיש עוד תוכניות להרחיב את הדבר הזה, או שזה הגודל של זה וזה הסיטואציה?
אז הסברתי אבל שכאילו יש לזה אופציה להעתיק למקומות אחרים בעיר.
This is the main, the artist boulevard, this is the main place of the artist boulevard. They can expand out of the old city, but this is the place, the one that we have been to, we have visited. This is the only place they can create the artist boulevard. At least 50% of these little stores that we saw belong to Yadim company. Okay, so they are going to give that. To give Diana, to give the project those places, and the project Diana will give it to the artist by paying salary, paying fees, rent for this small stores where they can and physically it's inside, like you saw, physically it's inside the old city of Beersheba. So there's big projects at the Palmach Street and the Kakal Street, which is the next street right next to the Artist Boulevard, like the next, right beside the Artist Boulevard. So they can create some activities around the old city, but this is the place that we saw, this is the Artist Boulevard. And I have to say that the municipality has plans for this place in 10 or 15 years from now, to maybe actually ruling this place totally and build something over there, like new stores or new, I don't know what, but if it's going to happen, that will only happen in 10 to 15 years from now.
So the municipality isn't supporting this project at all at this time?
No, they do. They give them, the municipality is giving them the small stores for free. The municipality owns 50% of the small stores. Diana, כמה חנויות יש שם? How many stores the artist?
כרגע 15 בידי יעדים, אבל חשוב לציין
כן, אבל מתוך כמה סך הכל?
יש שם 70 חנויות.
There are 70 stores, and 15 of them are belong to the municipality, and the municipality is willing to give them. The municipality is not willing to give them cash money, but they are willing to give them the whole 15 stores to do with them whatever they want to do, to rent them to the artist and to actually do the activity over there.
Also to renovate the place.
yes, and they give them not a cash money, but the constructions and the equipment that they need to re-innovate the place.
What
From
about
the
the-
municipality budget.
What about the maintenance of the street?
Yeah, that's on the municipality, yes. Even now, maybe you want Shahaf to explain a little bit about what the municipality doing cleaning-wise, like fixing this place. Even now, every week the municipality is cleaning, try to re-innovate, clean the area, and it's right next to the hotel where we stayed, Sandy. So it's really important for the municipality also to keep this place clean and nice and green, because the tourists who come to Beersheba, they don't have so many options where to go to, and most of them sleep at the Ottoman house. So it's really, so they keep the place clean. And of course, the lights and everything, it's on the municipality, of course.
Yeah.
So Odelia, when they redo the budget, please make sure that in kind is pulled out, because we need to see cash versus cash.
Okay,
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, the former budget was better at the full application, Diana. So you should just use it.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I have one. So at the end of this year, what are the critical elements in the budget that you need? What funds in terms of what do you aim to do by the end of 12 months from now or 15 months from now?
Critical parts of the budget, or what we plan to do in 12?
What you plan to do, and therefore what is the corresponding funds that you need to be able to do that?
So as we've mentioned, this is our first step that we need to do. And in 12 months from now, we would like to see the stores with the artists. We would like to see fairs and markets there and tourists. And the artists make workshops and invite the public to be there and to make art. And what we need for that is, first of all, project that will manage all these things and marketing to call the public. And also we need to do the staff training, of course. For the staff training, it means that for the artist, yes, all these things are the most important stuff.
Any more questions? No. Shahaf and Diana, do you have something to add?
No, just this project is really close to our heart, and Diana is really fully committed to this, and she will take it in two hands and do her best.
ועכשיו אחרי הקורונה אנחנו מנסים להחיות את המקום שהוא מרגיש בין
And after the corona, this is really important to revive the place and to make other like optional places for the community to meet in the public.
השלב הבא זה שיפוץ המתחם והחנויות.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye,
Diana.
thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay.
They need a mentor.
Yeah, I have to say this is a project that is totally bottom up. And if you compare it for something similar, like at the Eshkol Regional Council with the Hagilda Artist Hub that we love so much, is the fact that Hagilda had Michal Uziel, the one who presented to us, so she can pull everything together and help the artist, even though the Hagilda Artist Hub in Eshkol was also bottom up totally, but she can gather them together, and she had the strength and the abilities and the connections to actually approach to different funds and to us and speak, the best English and to approach us and do this whole project. This project is also totally bottom up. Diana, as you can see her, she's an artist herself. She's a very talented one. She's doing art, and she invents this project because of her need to actually have something for artists in Be'er Sheva. So Be'er Sheva is the capital of the Negev, and nothing that concerning art. We only have in Be'er Sheva one museum and a very, very little activity that concern art. So that this is actually a bottom-up. What?
We're dealing here with basically two student age people.
No, they're not. They're not students. One of them, Shachaf, is working for the municipality.
Works for the city.
My concept is that you have two artists here.
Yeah.
Put together a business, and I don't think they know anything about per se business in order to do a business presentation. So they need somebody to mentor them, to help them put this together in such a way that they can compete against the Yerucham one that we just saw. That was very, very professionally done. That was well put together, and I think they probably have almost as much as the Yerucham one has to offer, but they don't know how to tell us.
I think it's more than that. I don't get any confidence they can pull it off.
You might be right, Jim. They need a business manager.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we want to take a couple moments? Do we have a couple moments to discuss this?
Yeah, we have. I'm trying to figure out why they're not on the Elad Theater. Just a second. So we have like a minute or two to speak about that.
The other thing that concerns me was they mentioned the criminal activity. You know, that was a threat to them.
And the fact that
they obviously have no marketing person working with them.
Right. No, exactly. They obviously don't.
They mentioned the criminal element in their proposal and in their presentation.
Yes.
The other thing is that the surrounding area is totally undeveloped. Now, even the municipality, as I said, isn't going to develop that for another 10 to 15 years. So they're maybe either before their time, or if it's such a great thing, you would think the municipality would follow this. It reminds me of Chutzot HaYotzer in Yerushalayim, which they made an artist colony. Everyone knows it now, you know, outside the Jaffa Gate. This was right after 67. One of my friends was given one of the areas. Only now, a couple years later, they redid this. I can tell you for years, the artists there were starving. I mean, it was a place, they were infrequently, whether they're tourists, none of them really could make a living from that. It was definitely not successful, and it took 40 some years till the government, the municipality of Jerusalem finally put more money into it. And that was right outside the Jaffa Gate. When you talk about location, I'm really disappointed in this, and it would be nice, but I think they're in the wrong place and the wrong time. Anyway.
And the wrong leader.
And yeah, well, that's in addition. But when they show the aerial view, I mean, you would think with the old city, with the old town, that the municipality would see this as an area to develop. And then I could see this as maybe being the engine for it. But I don't see that happening. They're not part of a bigger picture, and it's going to be somewhere hanging out there, you know, in the wind. And again, when they say 5 years, well, I don't see us supporting this for 5 years.
And 10 years down the road after that, it could be knocked down and
then destroyed. Right. And that was one of the things that also, they almost did that at Chutzot HaYotzer in Jerusalem. They finally threw the artists out, and you know, there was a big political issue with it.
We have a new guest on the bottom.
Yeah, so we have with us, we'll continue that later on, but we have Boaz and Meiron from Teatron Elad Theater at the Arava, Kibbutz Eilot. We know them already. We helped them actually establish this successful theater, and I think they are the only theater in Israel who actually continue working during COVID and actually change the demographic in Israel and move few actors that lost their job during the COVID on the center of Israel in Tel Aviv to actually move and work during COVID at the Arava, a few famous actors. So hello, Meron and Boaz. Nice to have you with us again. And the time is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you. Can I get the option of sharing my screen? Perfect.
Does it start with a song and a dance?
There's the dance.
Okay, so thank you all for having us today. And we are here to present our new project of the establishment of the International Desert Campus in the Eilot region for the performing arts. My name is Miron. This is Boaz.
Hi.
Hi again. We meet again.
Yeah, we meet 4 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago. Back in the days, our goal is to get a recognition from the Ministry of Culture. And in a few minutes, you will saw how much we did it. But today it's a new project that we want to meet. So I'm Miron.
Okay. We came to declare that we are ready with our new project, with launching a training campus for the performing arts in theater, music, and dance, led by international renowned masters in Hevel Eilot.
This exists already? Wow.
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
And this is the real land, and this is our real inspiration. This is a small, true demonstration. These are the real Eilat Mountains, the beautiful Red Sea, and this is the inspiration that stands in front of our eyes in this project. Why is that? The training campus will be divided into 3 complexes. The first one is subsidized artist housing, with the goal of moving leading artists and their families to live in the south, live in Eilat and Eilot. Today, we cannot give a true fight to the big theaters in Tel Aviv, their salaries. And along with subsidized residence and the beautiful community we have in the south, and the amazing weather. We are here in Tel Aviv today, but in Hevel Eilot, there's I think 30 degrees Celsius today. Yeah. In the not winter we have, the non-winter. Everything together brings a very attractive pack for leading artists. Now, one of our biggest understandings is that if we bring the masters, the critical mass of artists will follow. This is actually the only way of moving a mass of people to live in the South. We need to bring the master. And the complex will be led by leading masters of their fields, Ohad Naarin and Shai Pitovsky. We'll speak about them in a bit. The third part of the campus is for hospitality and residency, for inviting groups and masters from all over the world to come and train themselves in the fields of art. And all of these 3 complexes all together, we believe this is a true game changer. And with this, we can actually bring the best job offer in Israel to artists from the cultural institution, from the cultural world in Israel. And this is one of our biggest achievements. We approached Mr. Ohad Naarin. He's one of the most important choreographers in the world today. The New York Times declared him as one of the most important choreographers in the world. And we approached Mr. Naarin and asked him to be an advisor for this project. And he heard what we had to say. He listened to the agenda, and he said, "Thank you, I'm happy to advise, but I'm in for partnership." And this is huge because it means that the Desert Campus, from the day it opens, it will be a first-class brand. Ohad Naarin has Gaga centers all over the world, in any important city in the world, in London and Amsterdam and New York. These centers drive thousands of dancers and people to it all year long. The campus will offer training activities in theater, music, dance led by international renowned masters, as we said, hosting groups, theater, dance students, a variety of professional seminars, master classes, open to general public, resident solutions, subsidized resident solutions, as we said, attracting leading masters to live in the South, and residency programs for dancers and actors from all over the world. I would like to say also a few words about the potential, because in the last 2 years ago or a year ago, the corona stopped it a bit. A new international airport was opened in the Eilot region, 15 minutes away from the future campus, and flying to London, Berlin, Poland, you can fly there in 50 euros. It's actually cheaper than flying to Tel Aviv. And along with the non-winter we have here and the beautiful inspirational desert, this has huge potential. And this is the actual land. You can see here, this is the city of Eilat and the Red Sea. And this is the last line, this is Kibbutz Eilot, and the last line of the Eilot region. And this is the land, the true land. The Eilot Regional Council already allocated 10 dunams in this beautiful place. And along with the potential, we're planning to go ahead. So about our current accomplishments, first of all, it's not for granted. Our first proof of concept is showing that there's a true need for cultural institutions in the most southern place in Israel. Before Eilat Theater came, there wasn't a theater 200 kilometers south from Dimona. So this is proof of concept number one. Another accomplishment is, as Boaz mentioned before, the success of the work plan that we submitted along with the Ness Fund by receiving recognition from the Ministry of Culture. And today the theater gets annual financial support from the state. And after 7 years of activity, we realized something very important, that being a cultural institution in the south of Israel, in the periphery, is actually much more than the shows we put on, we create, because we generate a real change in the area. And I'll move to the achievements, because from 7 annual shows, there are today more than 120 shows per year. We established a school department for a high school department, and you can study now theater for the first time of the city of Eilat. It's funny to say, but we are the only institution today in the South that holds professionals from relocating for the South. They want to come and we say, no, stop, we don't have the money yet. And each year, each time we go and hold auditions in Tel Aviv, full classes come to audition. We audition each time 60 girls and 60 boys that come and want to move for the South. Until today, 15 families have moved to the South for the activity of the theater, and we finished 2019 with 70 new jobs, most of them for the locals. Odelia mentioned what we did in the COVID crisis, and actually the Corona crisis actually gave us a present, because it was the first step of the proof of concept of the Desert Campus vision. And we would like to stop for a few minutes of showing you a short movie about this project, and we'll continue right after. So, one second. Sorry about this.
גבירותיי ורבותיי, מה שלומכם? תודה אלוהים, עפר מן האדמה, ויפח באפיו ויהי האדם לנפש חיה. וולקאם, ברוכים הבאים. פרויקט רזידזר זה הגשמת חלום, בעצם להזמין יוצרים, שחקנים מובילים בארץ, לבוא וליצור פה בערבה. כל יוצר, כל קבוצה מתארחת בקיבוץ אחר, ובעצם נותנים להם את כל המרחב, את כל החופש ליצור בזמן איכות שלהם עצמם ובזמן חיפוש. זה חודש קסום כזה, שגם האמנים מתערבבים בתוך עצמם, גם מתערבבים בקהילה. אני חושב שהסיבה לרזידזר זו תמצית הסיבה שפרק הגול עתיקה. נגידה לו, בואו נעשה פה תיאטרון, לא כמו שאנחנו רואים במרכז, או ננסה להיות, או ננסה להגיע לשם, אלא אנחנו עושים תיאטרון יותר טוב. כאן, תיאטרון נולד בתוך הקהילות של אנשים. הוא צריך להמשיך, הוא צריך לחזור לקורות שלו, ולחזור לתוך הקהילות, ולצמוח מתוכן. זה לא קהילות שרוכשות תיאטרון שמישהו אחר עשה בשבילם. האמת שלא בא לי לחזור הביתה, אתה לא מבין איך אני נהנה. ברמות, באמת, ברמות. אחרי שנה שלמה שלא התעסקנו במקצוע שלנו בגלל הקורונה, והפרויקט הזה בא פשוט בזמן מושלם.
מאוד מאוד כיף, אני נהנית מהזמן בסטודיו, יש לנו זמן לדבר ולחשוב גם אחרי החזרות, כי אנחנו יחד כל הזמן.
אני אוהבת את זה, אני אוהבת את האווירה התל אביבית שהגיעה לפה, ואז נוצר פה משהו אחר. והשלושה שבועות האחרונים גרמו לי לחשוב שזה מקום טוב להישאר בו, זה מקום טוב ליצור בו.
אז אני ממש נהנית, אני ממש אוהבת את זה. לא ידעתי שאני אוהבת את זה, ולמדתי באמת להשתחרר.
אנחנו נמצאים פה כבר כמעט שבועיים וחצי, סומדים במחזה, נורא רציניים ביום, ונורא כיף כזה ומשוחרר בלילה, רחוקים מהבית. בעצם אנחנו מגיעים למדבר בשביל להגיע לאיזושהי תנועה, כאילו אנחנו לא בתוך הפיצה תל אביבית, איזה חופש נפשי לנסות דברים. ואז אתה רוצה לעצמך להכיר את עצמך בספר בחוץ, בלי נקלייק, בלי תאורה מסוימת, אתה מחזיר אותך עכשיו בשמש. וכאילו זה מזכיר לי את איך התחיל תיאטרון.
בעצם הפעם הראשונה שהפעם והדבר החי הזה, התגעגענו אליו, אז אני עוד יותר מתרגשת יותר בדרך כלל.
שמדע תזכור שאני בסך הכל משרתת טובה.
יצירות בעונה שבועות זה ענק, ואני בטוח שזה יוביל ליצירה שתמשיך ותגדל ותתנגח.
לחיי המלך מרק ומלכת טוב!
זה החודש פשוט מדהים, וזה הפינאלי הכי טוב שיכולנו לבקש. אין מילים, באמת. אנשים מדהימים, מקום מדהים, פרויקט אימא'לה ואבא'לה, כמה הפרויקט הזה מדהים.
זה גם מרגש ליצור בתקופה הזאת, שבה זה כל כך לא מובן מאליו, וזה גם מרגש ליצור כאן.
דברים מעולם בארץ שיכולים לרגש ולעורר, כמו החלוציות שמרגישים פה מחנות בתיאטרון אלעד, וכשזה משהו שיביא לכבוד ויצירה פה באזור. פרויקט שחיבר בין אומנות, חלוציות, התיישבות, ביחד, אומנות ברמה הגבוהה ביותר. מבחינתנו זה יריית פתיחה וזה התחלה של הגשמת חזון עתידי, שבעצם להפוך את חבל אילות ואת אילת למרכז של יצירה, ולהעביר לפה אומנים, תחום של תיאטרון, תחום של מחול, תחום של מוזיקה, ולאפשר להם ליצור מקום שהוא אולי יהיה בארץ.
מירון?
כן, רגע, סליחה.
מצאו תרופה לתקוע אותך, והמצב אקספוננציאלית מתדרדר, מה אני אגיד לך?
תעשי stop share. And I also think you should put the link. I will put it on the website, and they already got it. But please put the link for this movie on the chat.
Yes, absolutely. Back to our presentation, if we may. So, okay. The project that was born in the COVID crisis was actually our proof of concept number 2, because this festival gave us a glimpse about how it will be to hold a desert campus, not for 1 month, but for 365 days per year. We invited artists from all over the country to experience a month living and creating in the periphery. Now, it sounds for granted, but I promise you that if we invite you to come to Hevel Eilot for 1 month, to live inside the amazing community and open your heart to the beautiful inspiration around you, probably some of you won't want to go back home. So this project actually brings new ambassadors to the periphery of Israel. Second thing, that activity-wise, this festival, it launches the Desert Campus with a groundbreaking festival. We believe that holding this festival each year will bring a huge, huge declaration to the cultural world of Israel, because this is not just another festival. We believe that this festival will be one of the biggest festivals in Israel because it's so groundbreaking. It invites artists to do a very special work in site-specific locations. As you see, they work in very special outdoor locations. And this way, this festival cannot happen anywhere else in the world. Also, this project, it creates employment opportunities in marketing and production and sales and sound and lighting and more. And we believe that tourists will visit the area to see a very unique event that can be the Israel Festival of the Arava. Another very special project is the International Shakespeare Project. And I would like to please show you another short film about this project. So, 1 second.
Meron, we will see the short movie. I hope we will see it better than the first one, and then we will take some questions, okay?
Perfect. Second, I will share my screen. Sorry for the little technical. Do you see the film?
No. No, just put the link on the chat.
Okay.
And I'll put it on the website also, so.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Can you see it now?
Yes, now we do.
Okay.
ציוונו במצוותיו להדליק נר של שבת. אמן.
נר
של
שבת.
שבת שלום.
שבת שלום.
היה לי חשוב להשתתף בפרויקט הזה כי החלום שלי הוא להיות שחקן ברמה מקצועית, וכאילו הפרויקט הזה נתן לי איזשהו הגשמת חלום, בוא נגיד ככה.
אנחנו בתיאטרון אלעד, תיאטרון שקם לפני 5 שנים לזכרו של אלעד דן, בן קיבוץ שנפל במלחמת לבנון השנייה. התיאטרון בעצם מורכב משחקנים, אומנים, במאים, יוצרים שעזבנו את תל אביב, את התיאטראות המובילים, והחלטנו לעשות מעשה ולעבור לכאן.
החוויה גם מאוד שלומדים על עצמך, שאתה יכול לעשות דברים, ואם אתה רוצה אתה יכול.
בשנה האחרונה פנו אלינו מתיאטרון שייקספיר אנד קומפני במסצ'וסטס במטרה לעשות את הפרויקט הזה. פרויקט משותף שמגיע לראשונה לישראל דווקא למקום הכי רחוק מכל דבר אחר שקורה מבחינת תרבות בארץ הזאת.
הפרויקט הזה, יחד עם כל הסדנאות שעשו לנו, זה גרם לי לבטא את עצמי בכל מיני דרכים שאני לא ידעתי שהן קיימות אצלי, ולדבר להיות אני בצורה הכי טובה שאני, על במה ואפילו בחיים האמיתיים. זה גרם לי להרגיש הרבה יותר בטוחה בעצמי. כל החוויה הזאת הייתה באמת מדהימה.
הפרויקט הוא בעצם מפגש של 30 נערים ונערות מגילאים שונים, מרקעים שונים, מ-12 יישובים שונים בכל אזור הערבה הדרומית. חלקם נחשפו פעם ראשונה בכלל לעולם התיאטרון, לא שיחקו אף פעם, לא היו על במה. קיבלו טקסט שייקספירי לידיים, קיבלו הזדמנות בעצם אחד עם השני לעשות הפקה מקצועית. אז הכל הגיע מהילדים, מתוכם ומתוך החיים שלהם והעולם שלהם, בניסיון לחבר את מה שנכתב כל כך מזמן למה שהם חווים ביום-יום.
הילדים היו שותפים מלאים ביצירה עצמה. הם הציעו את הרעיון של עיצוב התפאורה ועיצוב התלבושות, והם עזרו בעצם בבניית התפאורה עצמה.
וזה בעצם חיזק אותי בכל כך הרבה מובנים. זה נתן לי כלים שאני אשתמש בהם, נראה לי כל החיים שלי.
ומשהו בזה פשוט פתח עולם שלם של יצירה ואומנות שילדים יכולים לגדול עליו ולא להרגיש שהם מקופחים בגלל שהם גרים במרחק 4 שעות מתל אביב.
היה לי חשוב להשתתף בפרויקט הזה כי זה נותן לי הזדמנות שבדרך כלל אין באזור הזה. אז זה מאוד מיוחד להשתתף במשהו שפתאום קורה פה.
בזכות הפרויקט הזה קיבלנו מתנה, טריין, קיבלנו במאי אמריקאי מקצועי ורגיש שהעביר לנו את הידע הזה ונתן את המתנה הזאת גם לילדים.
כל התהליך בעצם קרה ב2 שפות.
בלי שהתכוונו, הם למדו אנגלית בדרך הכי טובה שאפשר, פשוט מלתרגל אותה.
חשוב לי להמשיך ולעשות את זה בשנים הבאות, כי זה באמת נתן לי מקום משלי שאני יכולה להביע את עצמי ולהכיר מלא אנשים חדשים, וזה ממש כיף.
השנה הזאת הייתה סטרנית ראשונה כשעשינו את זה עם בית ספר אחד, ואנחנו מאוד שואפים שהדבר הזה יצמח ויתפתח, ושבשנה הבאה או בשנים הבאות אנחנו נוכל לקיים פסטיבל עם 5 בתי ספר שחולשים על אוכלוסייה של 70,000 איש, שכל המקום הזה יחגוג את שייקספיר ויחגוג תרבות ויצירה.
Okay, so we are happy to answer questions. Just to say that this was the first festival with one group, and our dream, as they said in the movie, to hold it again with 5 groups and make a huge influence. We chose both of these projects because first, we bring the professional for a very professional work that can change the cultural world in Israel. And the second time to bring these huge masters from their field and connect them with the local community. So it was very important to us to choose both of these 2 aspects. And we're happy to answer some questions.
Yeah, I have a question. What's your mission? I've been involved with a lot of arts groups over the years, and I'm still a vice president of the New Dramatists in New York, where we give playwrights the opportunity to write their plays and not be criticized. On the other hand, I've been on the board of symphony orchestras and their performance venues. You seem to have some idea that you could do something in between the Shakespeare Festival in the Berkshires and Tanglewood at the same time, but more their educational side. I'm not quite sure exactly where you're going to fit.
Me, yeah. Our goal is this village will opening in a few months, maybe in January, and our mission is first of all to move 30 families that moved to a lot region. This is our first mission. We said that if we bring the first big mass that will come, it will change the whole region. And what you saw here, it's part of the first activity that we trying to be a starter, but our mission is much more biggest. It's to create this community that change a lot region and a lot as a community of the best actors and dancers that moved to the south, the periphery. And how we're gonna do it is by to create and establish these festivals and to create this village that we in a few months will lead in Sunday or Monday next week. We get the first houses.
First houses.
Okay.
So
part of this will be built.
Yes, the idea is that we today when we talk with the families of artists, we tell them come to the south. They say, okay, you can. What is the salary? And we say it's a 700, something like this. But now the offer job will be you get a house and you saw the land in a beautiful land. It's subsidized. It will cost something like 800 shekel per month. And you get salary that now it's a game changer, and this is the project. But how we engineered it, how we started, it will be with these first festivals that shake the branja, on the industry, that shakes the industry and say to the industry, listen, something big happens in a Hevel Eilot. Stop to live in the big city and come to the south, because this is the place that you can create, that you can mitparnes.
You can
Make living.
Earn a living.
A living.
And by the way, I think that the corona and it's also happening in a perfect timing, because all over the world there are groups and people that go and train themselves outside the metropolis. And I think the corona today already is shaking the whole world of calling people to go out of the big cities, to search themselves, especially artists, to search their work in a very far away place. In Europe, it happens in faraway forests and very special places out of the cities. And this is something that there's there's huge potential, and there's no place like this in Israel yet. And also, if you connect it with the international airport, which is 15 minutes drive place of Eilot, and there is huge potential for it to become an international sport and the A-class brand for deepened search and work for the performer arts.
More questions?
I have a question. Are you working with Sapir College and other theater programs across the country? That's one. And second of all, are the performances being broadcast throughout Israel?
Sapir is a 3 hours drive.
3.5 hours.
So it's very far. We are the most far tip, south tip in Israel. We on the border with Egypt and Jordan. So it's a little bit far. So we're not we don't have לא עובדים ביחד. We're not
we don't have a connection.
Yeah.
With
What's his name?
And remind me the second question.
Have the performances been broadcast throughout Israel so others in Israel are aware of these performances?
Our next show, it's running. רוצים בכל הארץ? Our next show is we have a co-production with the Theater of Tel Aviv, and our next show will run together all over the country. And this festival, residency festival, was live show. And actually, we have the shows if you want to see.
It was live broadcasted, but I want to say something important. Our goal is not to do the same art like in Tel Aviv, and the Elad Theater specialized in a language that is called site-specific. It means that the shows happen in special locations. We have a show that happens in the desert, on the shore of the sea, and
in a restaurant.
But the idea is to create unique art that people will come to the periphery to see the unique art there. We want to drive people from the center of the country to see the most groundbreaking art in the periphery, in the southernmost tip of Israel, because we believe that people won't come that far to see what they have in Tel Aviv or everywhere else. We need to be special. We need to be unique to drive people to come to us. And we believe we can become the best in our field.
It's happening.
It's happening.
I have a question.
Sure.
In your budget, in the budget presentation, most of the budget obviously is the construction budget, almost $4 million, and you're asking Ness to cover the activity staffing for that. How does it, in light of the fact that you're already, I guess you indicated you're already constructing the development, how does the activity budget compare now to what it will be in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months relative to the new facilities?
Thank you about that question. It's very important. When we meet 3 or 4 years ago, we show you our business plan that talk about that the Ministry of Culture, we have an exit, like the government will take Ness place, will take this project and give him a life
sustainability.
Yeah. So these 2 projects will happen. It's the same business plan. We need to take 2 more years, these 2 festivals, and the country and the government and the Ministry of Culture will take the support of these 2 festivals. We need two more years to create it alone and to לסחוב את זה שנתיים.
To hold it independently, and then the state recognize it as something official and gives it its support.
And
it's
actually,
it's almost relevant to each one of the activities we plan to create. If it's opening a dance company and a kids theater, the state asks for 3 years of show of proof that you can stand alone, and then it gives financial support. So this is actually, we need your support to give us the bridge, to bring us to the line that the state recognizes the project.
Actually, it's the same business plan that we meet before, and we asked you for a salary for a marketing or
no, it was an operation
manager. It's Meron. So your support bring Meron to
I joined the
she moved from Tel Aviv to
4
Kibbutz
years
Elot
ago as an operational manager, and today I'm the VP of the theater, and I moved with my family to Elot region. I have 3 kids, so this is a demographic growth per se. So thank you for this.
And I must say that when we met in last time, we show you that our budget need to get to 3 million shekel per year, and in 2019 we were 4.5 million shekels. So we broke our expectations. So your help is actually create this theater, and the government support us more than most of the institution culture in the periphery. I hope that my English is
perfect.
Working.
Could I just clarify, because I don't know, Ken, I mean, there were some people here who were not involved when we first met you. So just to reiterate, this was a struggling theater group, new. They needed, I think it was 100 performances, whatever, a certain number of performances over a certain number of years. If they achieved that, the government would support them. And that's where we stepped in. If we didn't, they wouldn't even be here today. They met those goals, they were successful. And I think it's amazing that we were talking about bringing theater to the southern part of Israel. And now we're talking about maybe in a couple of years in the summer, I'll think, you know, should I go to Aspen, the Berkshires, or a lot for, you know, for my culture? It's just amazing. And I applaud your vision and what you're bringing also individually to those children, but, you know, to the entire southern region of Israel.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Sandy.
Yes, I look, I remember when we were there and we saw the theater. This is a vision. This is a dream of an enormously important creation of an institution. They're asking us, wherever we spend our money for whatever it's allocated, they're asking us for seed money, that we believe in the dream and that we want to be part of it at the beginning of it. And if they can make it, we will be able to say, yes, we participated at the beginning. Whether it can happen, this can be not only a national institution, it can be an international institution. It can have great implications for Israel in all kinds of ways. However, it could fail, and we would have spent our money. But what we're doing is, if we support this, we're supporting it on the basis that we share in the dream to the limited extent that we can do at the beginning. Obviously, we can't support it as it grows. It's beyond our capabilities. But at this point in time, it's seed money. And whether we wish to seed it and help it grow, that's how I view what this proposition is.
But the idea again is if they get to certain milestones, the government will step in and take it the same way.
And they may find a giant patron. They may find a giant patron someplace who has the ability to support this. Just one quick question. Where is the funding coming to build those beautiful buildings?
The settlement division.
This project, the
settlement division.
תגידי בקיצור, take it away.
We have a partnership with the
הם
Eilot
הכירו בנו
region,
כמחולל שינוי.
and most important than that is that the settlement division of the state of Israel has recognized the theater and this project as מחולל שינוי, as a generator of change. Because it brings families to live in the periphery, it opens new job opportunities, and this is why they support in the construction of this project.
They bring the houses and they bring the first
The activity
hall, the first activity hall they build, and they will do the starter. And our mission is to bring more
partners
that build the rest.
Gordon, it's actually governmental money.
Good.
Yes.
You have a government in Israel now?
That helps. Maybe we will have one this time, but
hopefully this week, next
not
week,
sure.
right? Next week.
Not sure. Don't count on that. Any more questions to our friends from the theater?
Fantastic.
Okay, I guess this is it.
בהצלחה רבה.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
תודה מירון ובועז, תודה רבה. Thank you.
כל הכבוד.
שמח.
They always leave us smiling.
Yeah.
They're doing unbelievable stuff.
It's
okay, you
remarkable
can
where they
stretch
come
up.
from.
I think it's remarkable to think how the struggling small group of people who met us at the bus and performed for us in a parking lot, and now they're talking about, building Lincoln Center in Eilat, with Juilliard,
they're really not
just, it's just amazing. And it's,
I thought it was just the Purchase Performing Arts Center, but okay.
It sounds like the Berkshires.
Yeah.
Well,
right. And I didn't want to take the time. I'm curious how Shakespeare Company from the Berkshires got to them. But the ripple effect is so great, because when you talk about education, when you see just that these children, how this is life changing, and then the English, which we know is a formula for success in Israel if your English is good. And so also the kids in the periphery, on so many levels, if you can't tell, to me, when I read this stuff, this was my number one.
Yeah,
Jerry has a question. Jerry.
Not a question, a comment. Do you remember what they asked us the first time we were there, why they needed us?
Yes, they needed to have a certain number of performances
so that they can get there
out of the valley of death.
That's right.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Exactly.
I remember that.
They are now.
They really need to.
They know how to be dramatic.
There's a whole bunch of contacts that they're not making, or maybe they are, we don't know about it.
Right.
But I was the chair of the New York Broadway Entertainment Division, and I think that they should be tapping into resources in New York that are there, with producers in New York and directors that would want to get involved, like the Dow Roth Theater Fund, who is a big funder in New York, and there are other people. I think they should learn about this type of stuff too, or maybe they know about it. I don't know, but there's a lot of money in those areas from people who produce these things, who may actually want to produce their plays in New York eventually, if they come up with plays, or if they come up with musicals or things on that line. There's a waiting audience.
Are you asking us to fund you as a consultant?
This is what I did for a living, but no.
You're retired.
We need Broadway to come to life again, Bob.
This project just puts a big smile on your face.
Eventually, I'm glad I retired from the business.
This art form is performance art. What I would think is categorized as avant-garde art. It's not typical production for what we think of Broadway shows, but and it is site specific, which is But what they do want to do is set up a worldwide center. And the people who founded this, including Shai and a bunch of other people, are all major directors in the Camry Theater and in National Theater who decided, let's get out of this place, let's go down south and do something.
Well, the choreographer is Bat Yam Dance Group,
Right?
And that's world known.
Right. There's a lot of talent there.
They could affiliate with a New York, with a place like Bard. Leon
No,
Bard.
I agree with you, Bob. I agree. I'm just saying that performance-wise, they're not as commercial as you would think they are at the moment.
Avant-garde stuff, which is what American Symphony did.
Right.
It does.
Yeah, but they're teaching acting, and acting is basic, whether it's avant-garde or regular,
Right.
That's only part
of it. The point is this is I think we're all in agreement.
It's interesting.
This is was a hell of a project and a group to be affiliated with, and still is. Yeah. And I concur with everybody about that.
And it's good to see Phyllis. Phyllis, it's nice to see you.
Phyllis, yeah, it's good to see you too. Odelia, do we have more today?
No, that's it.
And
what do we have tomorrow so we can study the right thing?
It's on the email.
You go on the website, you'll see day by
I
day.
couldn't hear you,
okay.
Howard.
All right. I'll check it. I
If anybody needs help, let me know.
On the website, it's 3
It's on the web
per day.
Okay. I didn't have a chance to look at it this morning.
Here, you can see the schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I just didn't have a chance to open it.
And here at some gift, I add something today. I took a short movie of the new Negev Hotel, which if you would come to Israel this year, so you would sleep in the new Negev Hotel. They just opened it.
George, just there. George Koresh was just there.
Yeah, Malone Negev. So they opened it at the old city of Beer Sheva. The old city of Beer Sheva. They opened it last August. So I took a tour to this hotel and I took a short movie. It's not a Hollywood production. It's me and my cell phone. But it's a 3-minute movie with Michael, the owner of the Atman House. You can see it here. The owner of the Atman House, which you all met because we slept. We were hosted. We stayed at the Hotman House for the last 2 years, and he just opened at the last August during COVID this new amazing hotel. So this is hello from Michael telling you for 3 minutes about himself, the new hotel, inviting you and misses you guys. So watch it later. 3 minutes movie by Odelia Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Look forward to it.
Are you holding rooms for next year?
I hope so.
We should, because it's all booked.
But the
They are full
deposit
now.
But the deposit before it's just going to go up. It's going to get more busy, and the prices will go
Same
up.
thing with Desert Iris.
And if we do it through the Eurocham guys, they get 10%.
Wait. We can't get any room in Desert Iris because it's been sold out every year.
Yeah. Well, it's the only place in town.
Such a nice problem.
Was the trip February or March?
Depends
Well,
when Pesach is.
Yeah, we should look at the calendar of next year.
We'll look and discuss it. Yeah. Great.
So watch it, get a passion to this hotel, have a reason to wait for next year's mission. Thank you, everyone, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your hard work and preparation.
Thanks,
Adelia, you'll get me the recording so I can catch up on what I missed.
Yes, and all the recording of all the Zoom meeting are on the website also.
Perfect. I'll check.
So I can make up yesterday's that I missed. Okay.
Yes, so you can watch them all. The returning project from 2 weeks ago, also everything on the website. I will make you use the website no matter what.
Great.
Adelia,
got a lot of coffee in there.
Wait. Who's buying the drinks? That's the big question.
You know what, Phyllis? When I went to the hotel, the Negev Hotel, to take this short film, so Michal's first question was, "What's going on with Phyllis, the one with the whiskey?" The one with the whiskey. What's her name? When does she come just to drink the whiskey? I said, okay, next year, stay for the bottle. She will come.
Absolutely. Definitely. Love that idea.
Hey, Phil.
Good to see you all. Good to see you, Ron.
Tomorrow
Hey.
morning, God willing.
Till tomorrow.
Today,
Tomorrow. Take
very
care.
exciting.